Hey, nice to see you again. Just in case you saw us a few seconds ago when we accidentally went live. Welcome to Wednesday night on Gen Con TV. This is Actoroke, set in the world of Chaldea. Specifically, we are playing Burning Saratof, which is a game of political intrigue in the wake of the assassination of the world emperor, the god emperor of Chaldea, Marcosta Cordava. And we are using the Burning Wheel RPG system by Luke Crane. We stream here every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Sometimes it's not me, sometimes it's Mike Boozer. The two of us take turns doing two different storylines set in the world of Actoroke, the world of Chaldea. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Peter Adkisson. My pronouns are he, they, and I am joined tonight by...
I am Ray, and my pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Danica Yukos, who is here to get money. Get money is my primary goal, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to get that money.
Nice.
Oh, hello everybody. I am Bonsai Baby. I'm she, her, and I'm playing Fatima Al-Rahman. And I am basically trying to figure out why my brother was killed. It's conspiracy. The same people probably killed the emperor, just letting you know. That's how it works. And also, I just made friends with the dwarves by having a punch-out contest. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, classic.
That's how you make friends with dwarves.
All the dwarves make friends the same way.
Yeah, you punch
I
in the
would
face.
know because I'm playing a dwarf.
Oh.
See how that worked?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Damon Van Hee. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing a dwarf. My name is Feldspar Steadfast, and my grandfather just died. The dragon did it. Nuts to that dragon.
And I will be playing the dragon.
And everyone else.
That's to Peter.
The dragon's name is Lalfroth. I'm sure nothing is going to go wrong with that.
Probably fine.
Before we dive in, we'll talk a little bit about safety. In my games, there will be no sexual assault or violence against children. If an NPC hates you, it won't be because of your skin color, your sexual orientation, or your gender identity. If a topic comes up you're not comfortable with, please let me know by using the X card, crossing your arms. If it seems easy to correct, we'll do so and move on. If it seems complex, we'll take a little break and talk about it. And we can address problematic topics with either lines or veils. Line is our topics that we don't want in our story at all, like the aforementioned. Veils are topics that can come up, but we just don't want to get into the details, like sex scenes is a typical example. Do you feel like you understand these tools?
Affirmative.
Do you feel like these tools are sufficient?
Yes.
Feeling good.
Excellent.
Feeling
Great.
safe.
Okay, well, the big part of Burning Wheel is beliefs, and we will start our session by reviewing your character's beliefs. I have notes on what they were last time, so we can kind of I'll go through those. I'll tell you what, I'll go through your beliefs from last time, and then you tell me, oh no, that's no longer true, it's this instead, or yep, that one's still good. So you had a belief. Eliminate true believers, religious or otherwise. Farina must be contained.
Yep, I would still like to pursue that if I have time for it with everything else going on.
Well, that's the challenge of Burning Wheel, is trying to, just crowbar in there a little
Like real
scene.
life, you will have many works in progress at all times, and you will not get to all of them.
Yes, exactly. It is this belief, if you get an insight into how to sharpen it more specifically, like maybe Farina, kicked off the council.
Yeah.
Or, something that or defrocked, or something where we know when it happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Having her contained is a little,
Let's see if I can just launch a smear campaign. Just make everybody not like her. It's fine.
Yeah, well, a lot
She
of people
doesn't
don't
tip well.
Yeah, two people, she's a Setite, so a lot of people don't like.
You're like, that's easy.
They either worship her or they hate her. So if you think of something along those lines that you would like to change that to, that would be helpful. Next belief, gather more money and power in the system. Convince Tihomir someone else should be consul of the central bank.
Yes, I'm still feeling very strongly about that one, and I have a specific person that I think I'm trying to vet for it. I think I'm trying to get, know that there's a couple of people, I think Sybil was on the list of people of potentially getting in there. But I also need to convince Marcus, the other economic lead in the government, to be on my side to support me, because I already have Anton and the other guy on my side.
Thomas Swift.
Thomas, yeah.
Yeah, I think Thomas was suggesting that he take the position and we find someone else to either roll it in with his current position or find someone else to take his current position.
Hey, we love checks and balances.
Something along those lines. So do you want to pick one of those things specifically to be, because if you narrow, this is the other thing about the beliefs, a little gaminess here. If you narrow your belief slightly and have something that you can accomplish this session and resolve it, then you get a persona for that, which is better than a fate for simply working on a belief.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is convince Marcus for this one, and then my final would be actually installing either Swift or somebody new into the position, and that would give me the 3 that I need as a success for this one.
Okay, so convince, and Marcus is Oli, or Olke more formally, and Marcus will not be playing with us anymore, so Olke is now an NPC, which will make it probably more difficult.
Convince, Ollie to be on my side.
Yes. Okay, so that, okay, great. That is an excellent belief. And your third belief, prevent the economic collapse of the empire.
Yeah, my whole job, my actual job. It's a small thing. It's cool. You guys go do what you're doing. I'm going to do that.
Okay, so that's a really huge goal. So I'm going to suggest here also an intermediate belief. And it's going to relate to a complication that you're going to encounter this evening. And
But if we get to the end of the night and the economy hasn't collapsed, then you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I just got to hold it off in the short term and make sure everything looks good in the immediate, and then I leave and go do something else, and I've done my job as a CEO. I mean,
Just right
a
until
counselor.
sundown at the end of it. Yeah.
You should have them all invest in these magical coins that no one can see,
Yeah,
that grow over time, and you can chain them all together.
yeah, it'll be fine.
Myself later.
we'll just, we'll come back to the belief if you decide to adopt sort of this nuance to it when it comes up.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, sounds good.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. Okay. Fatima.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Do you want me to go ahead and go over?
Okay, I will discover who was, okay, there was some lead up to it, but basically I will discover who was responsible for killing my brother.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yep. I'm the rightful ward of my realm. Anyone challenges the right will see the error of their ways.
Yep. A person
That's a little,
vague.
yeah, but I'm going to challenge this belief tonight anyway, so it's okay. So it's kind of like this, and I'm going to throw something at you that you can sort of hone your belief in that moment to be resolving this situation in some way, or you can think, when the situation is upon you, you can sort of figure out what you want the resolution to be, and think. So similar situation. Okay.
Okay.
And in yours, I have no freaking idea how you're going to solve it. It may be insolvable, but I love sometimes as DM throwing things at players. I don't see how you're going to solve this, but then they do often. Half the time they do, at least, and then that's great. The next was, I will bring home the bastards in Ardea.
Yes.
Yes.
They
Okay.
need to come
Yeah,
back.
and you did call them. They
Yes,
just haven't
but
arrived.
somebody
yet.
said no, and I was like, no, you come.
Yes. That's right.
And then I have a responsibility for the people.
Rabda is her name, by the way.
Rabda. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's your responsibility to the people. I think that's part of one of those other beliefs,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, Damon, for Feldspar, you had a guild contract with Consul Serrari.
Correct. Because because I think that would be a lucrative commission for me.
Yeah. But first, I have to find her.
First, I have to find her. I just keep, every time we play, I add more to that. Just like, now I have to find her. Also, she's missing.
Yeah.
Lots of notes on that one.
Yes, she hasn't been. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to just walk up to her after a console meeting, but since she hasn't been one since
she's just
been
gone.
to one since the Emperor died. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will learn all I can about Laufrost's machinations and drives.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I've maybe decided I have learned all I've needed to.
Maybe
because I'm quick to judgment.
If you wanted to make that a little bit sharper in terms of like what exactly, you can use the burning wheel. I will learn what Laufrost's beliefs are.
Okay. Yeah.
That would make it very burning wheel-ish.
Yeah. I'm gonna swap that then to beliefs.
Yeah. And I think, by the way, that's a great belief, and I can promise you won't find out anytime soon. So
Great.
you may want to put that in as, it's okay that, like, when I'm playing Burning Wheel, I always have a couple of beliefs that are sort of on deck, right? They're like,
Right.
So sometimes this one's just
Further
below,
down the queue.
It's just below the surface.
Yeah.
And I will discover what caused the severing of the vault.
Yeah. Because that's awkward for us.
Yeah.
It was your whole job. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
One job.
My job is talking to rocks mostly. But we did keep all of the money inside of one big rock, the biggest of rocks, which is our mountain.
Well, now you know, diversify.
Yeah. Well,
Put all your rocks in one place.
Put all your rocks
all
in
of our rocks in one mountain, and
Yeah,
then
there
look what
you go.
happens.
Well, given the amount of wealth that the dwarves have, maybe you were diversified.
Yeah, it's true. Spread it around.
And it wasn't your money, actually, anyway.
It's everyone else's. Our
That's
money
worse.
is fine.
That's worse.
Oh, having you two in the same game is going to be fun. I mean, having all of you here. That's
Oh,
gonna
no,
be,
it's okay. Sorry. I was just sitting here in the corner crying to myself.
No, I think you two in this session is going to be fun, too, because the dwarves you made friends with are not his dwarves.
So we have to punch each other in the face.
Yeah,
to make,
yeah. But
I make it
also-
very clear Danny doesn't want to punch anyone in the face. Or she does, but she's not going to do it herself. That's not happening.
But
I'm ready for punching.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we always start these sessions with there was a council meeting. There's a council meeting between each time you play. We're in cluster D, D for Damon,
It's me. It's my cluster.
and
Bonus dice all night.
during the most recent council meeting, which we did not play out with a script or anything like we have did the first two council meetings. It was mostly dealing with the aftermath of the economic news, and it got very heated. There's a lot of wealth on the line, a lot of friction between countries, and you're right in the middle of it.
Yes.
You and Toma and Oli and Anton, had to answer a lot of questions, tough questions.
They broke it. I got to fix it. It's fine.
There is, of course, the looming question of what happens to the central bank next, which is something that the emperor would have decided. It's such a big question, so Tihomir is expected to try and build a consensus on this topic and figure that out. Operationally, right now, one of your aunts, Beulah, is managing, is running the data, as acting.
Okay.
She's acting manager of the central bank, but she's not acting in the position of a council member.
Got it.
But Grantal Geldzon is still a consul, and he's doing that. He's the treasurer of the empire. I thought I had some other ideas too, but there's shit happening all over the place. The empire is just spiraling.
It's like,
The empire's falling apart.
like the emperor died, and the god
People
emperor.
are weird about it.
Yeah.
Everybody got real weird about it.
I'm just like, the boss of bosses died, so this stinks.
Here's a couple things that I think are notes since the last time you played. There's gossip around about Sybil.
Ooh.
What's that gossip?
The gossip is that that she was grabbed for psionic probing the very night of the Emperor's death, because you might remember that it was relayed, Amandella relayed the story of that night, which is that Sybil and Ariadne were both seen in the throne room.
Oh.
And so Ariadne is a goddess. She teleported away. She's wanted for questioning. Sybil was taken for questioning, and that's the last anybody's seen her. Ever. But the rumor going around is that when they tried to interrogate her, she killed the Taxian that was interrogating her and fled the scene.
Oh.
And she is known to be a powerful mentalist.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty baller.
I don't know what they thought they were going to get out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Drasildar continued to arrive.
From outside the city,
Yep.
still continue
Yep.
to come in.
Yep. There's up to there's a number of them now, probably pushing 40.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
lot.
Yeah, they can barely fit in. Yes.
Hanging out? Like,
Well, 'cause
Yeah,
the only
I mean,
one person was able to control them. Right?
Yeah, they're not running around yelling and smashing things anymore, but they're like guarding the Emperor, even though he's dead.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I mean, I'm glad they have something to occupy them, because I really don't want them to get bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it always gets a little rowdy when one of them shows up, because it's almost daily that another Drasildar shows up, and it's like, oftentimes they're not very considerate of what property or people might be in the way. They just march straight towards. They will veer around and go through the front entrance of the palace, and if it's easy to take a street, they'll kind of take a street. But if the bridge is way over there, screw it, just go through the water.
Yeah, straight through.
That sort of thing. So, I think that. Oh, I know the other thing. I do. There's something else. At the most recent council meeting, not only was Sybil not there, and Janik, which is the son of Tihomir, who's also on the council of consuls. You guys have been kind of used to them not being there. They haven't been there since the Emperor died. And the rumor was also that Janik and Sybil were seen together after she escaped. That rumor's also kind of circulating back around, and of course, Teomir's is Janik's father. What's he doing about it? So there's tough questions. So I'm sure that came up, and somebody probably fired off. Where are they? Your son's running around with him. He's like, I don't know. But I'm sure he'll bring her in for questioning or something. Who knows? He'll do the right thing. That sort of thing. But also. Galina Volkova and Kishar Talamushkushu, two consuls who are player characters
Yes.
by Megan and Bryce.
Yep.
Were not in council.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I don't know.
You
But
played.
I know.
Bonsai knowledge.
Yeah, bonsai knowledge.
Bondi knowledge. I know what's going on.
Yeah. And so, there's that. So, I'm gonna start with you today.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you got a mirror back. Oh, hey, whoa, back up.
No, we didn't get a mirror back.
Yeah, you did. You need to. You're
I
going
need
to
to-
get her back, but
Yeah, but I have to do some
I'm
stuff.
curious. Are you gonna? Is that going to be important to you to do what they asked you to do, or
I'm gonna bring it up with
I would have seen it as I thought that would have been a belief.
Oh, do I need to change?
You might put on deck one of these other ones, and depends on how important it is to you.
To get her back? All right. I'm trying to think, because I was going to think about the birth of somebody's, I feel like it goes
I'll tell you what you could do. You could. The bastards. You've already.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say the bastards.
They're already
are-
on the way.
Yeah.
Except for the one. Well, you don't know exactly what's going on.
I don't
You got a
know.
letter back, something like that. But anyway,
Yeah.
something's going to happen. I will just break the fourth wall and suggest, why don't you put that one aside?
Okay.
And do, if you think that if you're going to do what the dwarves asked you to do, let's remind our
Well,
audience. Okay, so what
so-
the dwarves asked you to do. So if you want to mirror back,
I have to legitimize them.
yeah, you have to arrange for.
Which goes in my belief system already about
Yeah.
a person's birth does not determine their course in life. That's what I was going to say. It's going to be altered because as soon as he was telling me that they're no longer a clan, I was like, so you're a bunch of bastards. So that means you're with me. And so you need to
I
be
see.
legitimized.
All those outcast dwarves are bastards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, thanks.
So yeah.
Lots, I should never have doubted you.
Well,
No,
that's
they
what I was
should never-
thinking. I was like,
yeah,
as
yeah.
soon as you said that, I was like, yeah, no, that one seems right.
Okay, so let's
And then if it was an opportunity to bring it up in the council meeting, I will.
They're not going to be legitimized.
we can certainly do something like backtrack a little bit about council meeting. We can do that
I
for
mean,
any of you.
only if you.
No, you absolutely can do that.
I will bring it
Yeah.
up then.
Okay.
Seeing that our coffers are already low, more legitimate income coming into the city that can be taxized would be great. And we have this whole quarter that is untaxable, and they want to be full citizens. They want to be recognized by our nation. Yeah, that's a whole branch of income.
All right, if they would like to be legitimized by our nation, which, I mean, I do love the idea of extra taxation.
Yes, extra taxation.
Would they be willing to, I want to say, like, I would love it if they who are they willing to abide by the new laws that are going to be laid down in the economic sector? Because they are in flux right now. We are deciding a lot. And I need to know that, we're going to have their support, that they're going to play fair and also, concede to like the decisions that we make, because there's some trust that needs to be established here because, the last economic holders of the keys, so to speak, did not do such a great job. There's a little bit of, I want to know it's going to be different. Is there anything they could do to show us that they really mean business? Give me money.
From the one dwarf left on the council Geldzon is, I object, Your Honor.
Yeah, so basically, like, they're totally open to this idea, really like it, but also,
And you're, all you can do is be a mediator. You
I'm
can
a
find
mediator, yeah.
you can find out what all the concerns are. Go back and and see what they would, agreeing to.
Terms. We'll do the talk, the negotiation. Like, what is that? Well, that would be.
So
Yeah.
here's the main. Well, okay. So two main problems with
Yes.
this. One is, it's certainly Geldzon, Grand Tall Geldzon, who is the dwarf on the council still, the one that didn't die, is certainly not. And by the way, he is really well respected. I mean, he is known to be a dwarf that is reasonable to talk to.
Yes.
He'll he is strenuously objects. This is
are we in an economic position to turn down money when we definitely need it? And if they're willing to be loyal citizens in a time of unsafeness and insecurity, then who are we to
Well, you can tax them.
Yeah.
You don't have to recognize them as a clan to tax them. You can go in there and tax them.
Okay, then you guys figure it out. But is that what you want? Is they to get because we can't tax them right now, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it wasn't so much. So.
Yeah, you
does.
can kind of. They're part of the city. So the
But they're
city just this year certainly taxes that sector of the city. But there'd probably be a lot of curiosity about whether they really report all their income properly. It is the dwarven ghetto.
Are they
right?
are they willing to show an economic show of faith to show us that they mean business?
I mean, they're anarchists in their blood because they've been forced to be outcasts. So there's a side, there's a whole conversation. But the other problem, which was sort of Tiamir's saying, is like it's not our place to decide which dwarven clans are legitimate. This is a dwarven topic. This is to dwarves to decide who are the legitimate clans of the empire.
Wait, so hold on. Out of character, I was remembering they didn't want to be recognized necessarily by the dwarves. They wanted to be recognized as a human.
They want to be.
Because I remember that being distinct, that they were saying that they don't need to be.
But they knew they wouldn't be recognized by dwarves,
Yes.
but they want to have the same rights as a dwarven clan. They want to be recognized by humans as if they were a dwarven clan, I think.
Okay, as if they were a dwarven clan.
Complicated.
So is it a dwarven decision then?
Well, if it's so,
I mean, they
Yeah.
probably know better that like there's no way. There's so much hatred between dwarves and outcast dwarves that there's no way the dwarves are going to go along with. I know, and this whole idea is kind of repulsive to
well,
us as
if it
modern
is a
Americans.
dwarven
But
decision and it's something that us as a human, maybe we could classify a different branch of human.
What are the things
to
that
be
they
a self-governed, to basically to be a sovereign.
Yeah.
A sovereign nation might be too strong of a word, but a sovereign entity that is part of the empire in the city of Saratof. They own their land, they set their own laws, they pay taxes, all that sort of stuff like that. Okay, so
Would that be a conflict of interest if they're no longer considered dwarves at all, but their own separate entity?
Not even dwarves.
well, I think we might wordsmith the comment. They wouldn't be considered dwarves.
Well, I know. I meant like, yes.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Well, because if they want, is it that they want the same legal rights as a
legal.
clan?
Okay.
So if it's a legal thing,
Sorry.
Okay, so it's going to be a bureaucratic process, but for now, let's do an oratory. I'm thinking it's is it? Is that your?
I
one
have
of yours?
oratory.
Okay.
I
think,
also have, administration is something else, right?
Yeah, administration would be.
Would you take
like,
persuasion?
I'm going to make you go oratory. You're not trying to persuade. Well, you can. Okay, I'll give you a
fork
choice.
Persuasion?
Yes, I'll absolutely let you fork persuasion.
Okay, I
I'll
can
let
fork
you.
persuasion.
I'll let you make a choice here. You could do a very difficult persuasion test to convince Tihomir that this needs to get done. Okay, doesn't mean he can do it or will do it right away or whatever like that. But get him, convince him of the power of your argument. Okay, that's one option.
Just one option.
The other option is I'll let you make a, the other one,
Oratory.
test, and every success you get will be a random council member on your side.
Ooh, I like the
That's
oratory.
not Tiamer.
Oh, that's not Tiamir.
That's good. I like it.
Not to say he's against you, but I'm just saying if I'm going to give you one choice that includes
Tiamir is
that's
the-
Tiamir or a list of people.
Hold on,
that
I gotta
list,
remember who
just
Tiamir
to make
is.
it make
Is
sense.
that
Game.
the one? No, that's
Tiamir's
not.
the head of the council.
Oh, okay.
He's basically acting like emperor.
he's acting emperor while we're all like, that's fine.
I mean, he's not doing it in a way that feels like it's going to his head or anything, but he's doing it in a very
So one is a
firm. This is
very
whatever.
difficult one, and one is like difficult but a little bit more doable.
Yeah, well, it would be what's called a graduated test, where
Okay.
every success counts, and so the number of successes you get will be a list of council members who feel compelled by your logic.
All right, I don't want to be too bold, but I want to do oratory because I feel like this is democracy still. Democracy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
With an emperor.
with an emperor. So
Yeah. I mean, okay, it's a council where everybody
council.
gets the vote.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a democracy.
okay, yeah, this is a council. So let's see.
It's like a staff meeting where there's a CEO and a bunch of executives.
Okay, but I
Okay.
really, you know what? I'm just gonna go for persuasion because it's the fun one.
You want to get Tiamir?
I want to get Tiamir on my side.
I think that's good. Okay, well, Tiamir, his will. Hell, jeez.
It's fine. I
His
got
will.
4.
I got 4.
You're going to do so good. Well, fork in oratory, so you can have 5.
His will's really high. I think once I tell you the number, then I feel like we're committed to doing
Okay, hold on.
that avenue. He is the he chairs the council. His will has to be super strong.
He does. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
Now I'm scared to do that. It's scary.
Yeah, there could be a penalty for failure.
There could be a penalty for failure. All right, never mind. I'm going back to the original pact. It's too scary. You made it too scary.
Good. Oratory.
Oratory.
Okay,
So
now you
can I fork persuasion
Yes,
in
you
there?
can fork in persuasion.
And then
I would let you fork in Council of Consuls wise.
console-wise. Okay, and then I'm believing that's probably all I can do.
I put the stop at 3 forks
Yeah.
anyway. I mean,
I only have 2 forks.
yeah, I know. So maybe there's a third one. I'm looking
Would
at your
administration or haggling,
no
etiquette?
no, but
Because those are the only ones that I can think that would actually help. But if I only get the 2, that's fine. I can try.
let me see your list of skills real quick.
Do you have any dwarf stuff?
No.
Sorry.
I was mostly. This is so. Keep in mind, folks that are watching. This is a punchy character that is trying to do thinky stuff.
Across the room, I'm like,
You'll punch your
dear.
character. I'll let you fork in intimidation.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That's cool. Yes. I will take the little bits of treats I will get.
Every person who says no
Danny
gets
was
a punch
originally
in the
just sitting
mouth.
back and is now like,
I'm gonna glare at them real hard. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I believe in you. Ooh.
Those-
Wow.
That's great.
that's really
actually.
good.
Is that 5 successes out
5
of 6
successes.
dice?
Yep.
Okay. Wait,
That's 2.
Four's in
four.
it.
Oh, 4 is
yeah.
also. Oh, okay.
Okay,
then
so now if you want to spend a fate, you can roll 2 more dice. You can explode the
Yes,
6s.
I do have a fate.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can spend
But-
it.
Yeah, but don't re-roll them. Just add 2 more dice to the pool,
Okay.
and try not to dislodge any of the current dice on the table.
I believe in you. Dwarves deserve rights.
another
one.
One more. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
6.
6 successes.
Really good.
That is really good.
So are you? You seem a little bit in favor of this. Can I count you as one? Can I
I'm gonna
obligate you to be?
Do I know
favorably-
that these guys are? Have these guys? I would like to say that these guys have been a section of money that I've wanted for ages, but haven't been able to get to it, and now they've given me like a leverage in. So if I say yeah, also I like the idea that they're like, oh, I'm not trying to be a dwarven clan, I'm trying to be a legal entity, and I'm all like, cool. So you're on my side, and you hate the other guys, which goes for my I want to
Yeah.
So yes, I'm
I
on
think
it.
the idea. I want to run with the idea that was kind of just sitting there about the that you're pretty. I mean, this is at such a local level, but you watch the entire empire. You don't care. No district, no block is too small, right?
Yeah.
And so
Get the money out of the couch cushions.
I think you are just convinced that they're cheating on their taxes, and so if we can use this as a way to by legitimizing them comes bureaucracy
Yep.
and checks and balances and ways to yeah. Okay. Okay.
roll.
So
It's a good roll.
Yes, I'm supporting this.
Yeah.
okay.
Also, she's intimidation, so I'm like, I like her right away.
A lot of blustering and shouting instead of food stomping on my hand gavel.
Like yelling, and I'm just like,
Okay. So you
Call your
convinced
fists cannibals.
Gavels.
Danica. I mean, there's so many people missing from council. It's almost like the rest of the people there, and 5 others, right?
Yes.
And 5 others. Okay. I'm going to leave that as an action item for figure out rather than just doing all that little bit right now, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, cut scene.
people are like,
move on.
here.
So yeah. So great. Okay. So that is
Good job. That's wild.
yeah. Cool.
And you get to mark XP too?
Oh yeah, that's on.
Yeah, you rolled 5 dice initially, right?
Yeah.
And what's your persuasion? 4?
Oh no, my oratory is 3.
Oratory is. Oh, but you rolled 5 dice.
No, because I roll 3 for oratory because I have 3 in
Oh,
oratory.
it's a routine test because it was a graduated test. Graduated tests are always routine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a routine test.
All right, let me put that on there.
Yeah, I was following with the equation because I couldn't figure out what the ob was because it
wasn't one.
Yeah.
No, but I rolled
Yeah.
6 dice because I got one from each. Remember, I got it from persuasion, counsel-wise, and then intimidation. So I had 6 rolls.
Oh, there's one more die out there. I was just, where is there?
Oh, I combined them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's- I know, but I was just counting anyway. I was
Sorry, I
miscounting.
didn't-
There was a little glare and I missed one of them. Okay.
They glow in the dark.
Cool.
They do.
Those are times when you're playing dice games in the dark.
That'd be Dread. I was like, which game do you play in the dark? Dread.
Like, I have a recommendation.
Oh, wait, but you don't use dice. You use Jenga.
Yeah. Well, you should play it in the dark anyways. The
Yeah.
glow in the dark Jenga.
I'll bet you there is. There's definitely
There's
Glow in the
gotta
dark
be.
Jenga, like everything. Or
There's
the glow in the
every-
dark paint.
Yeah.
Up to a little craft session.
I'm just like,
But yes. Thank you for giving me the outcast to then
Okay.
word in my head. The outcasties. Nothing.
nothing happened. We're good.
Everything's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do an RPG session. This is the thing with you.
Oh.
This is going to be the thing that I don't know how to solve it, but we'll see what happens.
Ooh, don't
Okay.
worry.
So this is with the king. No, not the king. It's a king. It has a king, which is why I said that, but it's not with the king. It is the treasurer, if you will, the chancellor of the exchequer, that sort of title. The highest ranking person, financial oriented person in the kingdom of Sabinium. Sabinium is a sort of based on Roman culture. Okay. And so it wouldn't have a king. It wouldn't have a, not a Caesar either, but
Another emperor.
yeah, kind of a, it's some Latin word, praetorius or something like that. So let me.
Meeting to fist fight about finances. What's happening?
I'm going to make it a female.
Ooh.
Her name is Dama. And she is older. She's very level-headed. I think you decide how you feel about people, but I'm thinking this is somebody that I could see Donica respecting.
Okay.
Somebody who thinks a lot. Somebody's thoughtful and firm, and
Knows your business.
and a female in charge in a world dominated, by a lot of testosterone. And negotiations have broken down in terms of Sabinium signing up for the new economic order. And she, which is sad because you've seen her really try to make a deal and really try, and she has negotiated in good faith. And she comes to you, she gets a meeting with you, and she's this is politicians are short-sighted. They are rejected. Are what you and I have agreed is a reasonable accommodation, and they're. I feel like I'm at the end of my rope with the government of Sabinium. I believe that I don't think that they will sign any sort of new arrangement based on credit, and are demanding their portion of the reserve in cash, which you don't have.
No.
Why do you think we're asking to put it all on credit?
Yeah.
The thing is, we just need time to establish what the credit is and what we're going to eventually back it with. But in the meantime, we need to all play ball.
Yeah.
So,
And they're arming up for defending themselves against military incursion or attacking neighbors. Who knows? I mean, so now geopolitically, it's on the ranking of kingdoms in Tamika, it would be in the lower third of. Now, on some other continents, it might be a fairly decent-sized kingdom, but Tamika is kind of the powerhouse of Chaldea. It's where the emperor, it's the continent you're on. It's some of the biggest kingdoms of Chaldea are here. It's not one of them. And so, I mean, who would they attack?
all right, they're reasonably small. They're a chunk of money. I want it because it will help with the economy.
They are wealthy for their size of a kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're arming up to defend. One of the things I do have is I have a national affiliation with the merchant guilds, which I assume are kind of intercontinental. And the other things I have a national reputation is for consul of revenue. So I'm wondering if, also lots and lots of stats in intimidating and bending the truth. So I'm wondering if, I know she wants to play ball, but I'm wondering if there is a world in which I can leverage some of these things because they want their money right now, and then they're like battening down the hatches to defend from one another. And I'm like, it's very, very hard to defend yourself if you can't feed yourself because nobody will do business with you because the merchant guild is going to sign on to the credit system and you're not.
The merchant guild is happy to sign on. I mean, the Merchant Guild is her biggest ally, right? The Merchant Guild is they're complaining like everybody else. They're upset, they want cash, but keep the ships moving, keep the trade happening. They're trading.
They have stuff that's going to go bad if it doesn't trade right now. They need someone to give it to, and they need
ships with rotting grain in a harbor, that sort of thing.
And I was like, who all of that's going to get diverted to first? All the grain, all the fruit, all the food, all the things that you need to support an army to stop it from starving. They're going to go to everybody who's on credit. That's just a reality. I'm not trying to be intimidating. I'm telling you the truth. That is what is going to happen. The money that you have in your reserves right now, we're not going to get it. It's just going to keep going down.
I agree. I know this.
Okay.
I know. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what's going to happen. You've never seen her
my idiot
betray protocol, but she's this stupid idiot politicians who are gonna and thousands, tens of thousands of people are gonna die because of this, and fortunes are gonna be lost. Our standing in the world will diminish. I don't even know what to ask you to do. You and I have had some tough rounds of negotiation, but we've negotiated in good faith, and we've come to an agreement that you've bent over on several issues. You've been very accommodating, and the politicians just won't go for it.
We're no longer talking about the function. We're now talking about the short-sighted and the idiots. So that's a smaller number. So who are the short-sighted idiots, and how do we pay them off to do what we want? Are they amenable to that kind of thing? Because I have to go under the table to get the approval on over the table. Let me know what under the table looks like. Do you know?
What I say about how player characters always come up with ideas you hadn't thought of.
Because I'm hearing that she knows how, that everybody's in a really bad strait. Anyone who's smart understands it. And there's a couple idiots that are probably holding some kind of a political linchpin, and they want something. And they don't care about the government. They don't care about people. They care about themselves.
You're talking about just bribing the people.
Tens of thousands of people are going to die, is what you just said.
Yes.
So paying off a couple of guys versus letting them all starve and your country die by slow blows over the next 2 years even, you won't even last that long. If all of the merchant guilds come to us, they will just take their money and they'll go somewhere else and leave your country to die. So if it's paying them off now, and then once everything is established, doing something about that later,
Wow. So you can see like hope return to her eyes. At the same time, like this is so complete. Like she's never been that type of a. She's never. She's.
You know me. The reason I was put into my position is because all of my former forebears were a bunch of people who played exclusively under the table, and I rooted them out, and they are gone now. So when I say I play above the table always, I do until I must go below if that is the lesser evil. Because it must flow. The money must flow to your country first, because that will be the first to die, and then it helps us a lot. So I want to make this happen. So give me some names.
It's good.
I like it.
Well played. Okay, so she the Praetoria or whatever dude runs the Republic. It's sort of a Roman Republic style kingdom, and he's part of a faction. Mm-hmm. So probably the most powerful person other than him in that faction would probably be who she would think, and these two are just, idiots. So we need to find someone who can appeal to their personal thing, personal drives, needs, desires. Okay. She'll go back. I'll work on that. I think I know somebody.
Okay.
All right.
You tell me what it is, and I will make that happen. Now, let me know if you want me to roll for this or anything, because it could be that there's these negotiations that happen where it's me trying to pay these guys off, but also pay them off in a way where it's like I can give you the negotiating under the table here. I'm trying to trick these guys into accepting the lowest amount that I'm willing to give them to then bring these guys under the fold and get Dama's plan in place.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that. Well, I'm going to introduce just a little bit of a time delay on this. Okay. She's got to go back home. This is not something she can do through letters and geckons. Go back home. And this is all unfolding over time anyway. This is a bureaucracy. Yes. And give me a little time to think about it too. Because, like I said, I didn't know how you would get out of it.
Well, that puts that seems like something that I could work towards to solve the prevent the economic collapse.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah,
feels
I
like
think
a next step.
I think we can modify that belief to get Sabinium signed up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Put that as a sub note.
Signed up.
And also, if you can't bribe them, they could always just disappear.
I am. You know who I have? You know what wise I have? I have Soon Wise. I have
Next
Soon
level
Wise.
down.
I already stole a giant pile of money.
There's above the table. There's below the table. There's down in the grave.
I did a heist already. So I'm ready to go.
I love this character.
Again, you're like, hey, this is like a corporate meeting. And I was like, yes, it is. Here's my PowerPoint. I brought one. It's 30 pages.
That's excellent. I truly like that. Truly enjoyed that. Okay, but I'm going to think about that. This is going to be a nice little arc here. Okie dokie. How you doing, Damon?
Doing good. Doing so good. Grandfather's dead.
Yeah.
All that money's gone. People are pretty mad at me. I'm doing good.
Well, that's what
it.
you
That's all I
use
got.
specifically.
Yeah.
The dwarves. So, but yeah, you're a clan dwarf. You're from the clan that lost the money. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think we left off with there being a movement, shall we say?
Yes.
To arm the bombard and aim it at the Laufras Palace,
That's the
which
one.
is conveniently just down off the hill.
It's very close. It's very,
Are you
very
guys
in
declaring
range.
war?
Listen,
Bonsai's so excited.
sometimes dragons get shot with cannons. It happens. It's just how nature is.
Man, this
Cannons. Cannons are how nature is.
Nature's cannons.
nation's
DM on the move, Joe. DM on the move. I think we have a. This is worth getting the map of Saratof out for, just for the proper orientation of
of where
where
everything
things are at.
Ooh, I guess the outcast clan is gonna get bigger after this.
You're like, this plan's gonna get huge, and I was like, I helped approve that.
Let's
Joe
see.
signed on for that.
To be right side up, I think it has to be for the overhead cam. I think to be right side up, it has to be upside down to me,
Okay.
which is fine.
Yeah, you know where everything is.
I know where everything is. It's actually easier to reach. Putting this back
Ooh,
where
do you
it
have
was.
your pointer stick? Your custom?
Oh, where's the pointer?
Yeah, you
Where's
So
the
rarely get to use
pointer?
it.
You just
stick.
have giant swords.
Whoops, this is probably yours.
That's mine. But it's okay.
Where's my pointer, Sean? It's probably under there somewhere. That's okay. This is actually close enough. I can reach it. If we can, Joe, if we can zoom in kind of in this area, is that possible?
Yep.
Like kind of frame here
Ta-da.
ish. Nice.
That's great.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So, Guild Hall, which is where the bombard is, at the top of Guildzilla, which is a hill, is here. And this is a hill. And you come off the hill. There's Forge Park, by the way, where we left you. And then here's the Grand Vizier's palace.
Yep, that's the one.
That's the one.
Gravity's going to do most of the work.
So we talked a little bit about this bombard last time.
Yeah.
I stole an idea from Three Body Problem. You remember? So in Three Body Problem, there's this spacecraft that is accelerated close to the speed of light through successive
Explosions.
nuclear explosions behind, time to go boom, 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 boom. This bombard cannon is designed similarly, with multiple explosions on the cannon as it goes firing, so that the cannon ball gets progressively faster as it goes through the air.
Who are we shooting?
Question, because it wouldn't be a cannon.
We're discussing this cannon in detail. What's happening?
Because it wouldn't be a cannon.
You
It would be a
don't know.
bullet. Because if it has multiple things, because a cannon would rotate. If it had multiple charges.
Oh,
and then
yeah. So it'd have to be magically like floating behind it somehow,
right.
you know. Yeah, it's magic.
Set the grease spell put on it.
Yeah, but good
Very
question. Yeah, that was accounted for. Yeah. All of a sudden the ball goes boom, 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 like a balloon that's been let
Poorly
loose.
designed cannon.
Perfectly spherical. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been treated with all sorts of explosive and anti-magic spells, including rare metals and true lead and adamantine, stuff like
All the
that.
fancy ones.
All the fancy ones
Yeah.
in there.
We're discussing this cannon in such detail.
I'm just excited.
so
When are you going to roll?
Yeah. Do I get to fire it?
Oh, you're on the crew. I think it takes a whole crew to fire it. I mean,
Fantastic.
it's a tectomancy
Yeah.
weapon. You're
and stay in my lane.
I am the
which is
I am the master tectomancer of my clan, so
Yes.
it would make sense for me
Yes.
to wander on over. Fire a cannon.
there's only one person that outranks you who will be the head of the entire tectomancy.
They're the one who
guild.
actually gets to light it, and then everyone else just plugs their ears.
It's a cool job. It's the coolest job in the clan.
Yeah, it's the only reason I'm a tectomancer, so I can
Fire the cannon.
Fire the cannon.
So, I mean, unless you're going to intercede, this is going to happen.
I would never do that. Why would I ever? No, absolutely not. Do you know the paperwork I would have to fill out if I tried to stop an entire clan from doing something? Anything?
This is a rebellious spirit has come to the surface of the dwarven hearts.
I'm trying to keep this thing afloat, and they're like shooting people with cannons.
Just one. Just one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So no, no cooler heads prevail. None of that. I mean, if the PC's not going to jump in and be the cooler head,
This is why they're not allowed to be in charge of our money anymore. They're firing cannons hither and yon.
My argument stands.
We've got a really good target though.
so
Who are we shooting? I reiterate.
the Grand Vizier's palace. That is Laufroth. So you might remember the dragon that showed up at the end of the council meeting and
One of our
said-
fellow council members, you mean?
Yes.
Yes.
We're shooting ourselves. I want to be clear. We are shooting ourselves.
one of the consuls, the other,
The dragon.
Likely responsible for the death of my grandfather. So there's that. Also a council member. So really, it's the council defending itself.
All I hear is that there's going to be less votes and less people for me to persuade.
Yeah. More power for us.
Too bad Laufroth was one of the people you convinced. No, just kidding.
I'll take one of those dice.
So there is also, in coordination with that, there is a dwarven force that is going to march down there, okay, through the city, to just outside of the anticipated blast
Fingers
radius.
crossed. We've done a lot of math over this. Just a lot of math.
Yeah.
Do you know how much it's going to cost to rebuild this stuff?
Yes. We built it the first time, so yes.
So, but by the way, one of the
Oh, no, I know I don't know this. I am angry and concept.
No. What you do know, just as you're anticipating what your action might be, Laufroth is certainly one of the favorite suspects on who stole all the money.
Okay.
Like who stole the money from the dwarves?
Oh, if you shoot him and all the money comes out,
An
I'll
elder
forgive him.
dragon.
Just ate all of it.
Like a piñata. Sorry. Not to derail, but also, wow, I thought I was the punchy character.
Oh,
Oh, you are.
You need a cannon.
Ah, okay. That's
Yeah.
on my list of things to get.
That's your new belief. Get a
A
cannon.
bombard.
Yeah.
Bombard.
Okay, so this dwarven host.
Is it a multi-clan host, or is this just the Geldzons that are marching down?
It's 3 clans.
Okay.
3 clans united. So
Steadfast is one.
Steadfast, Geldzon, and Cloudforger.
Okay.
Cloudforger is where the clan Soraka is from, the marriage.
And that's where my wife is from. She was a cloud forger.
There you go. Yeah. It's the only one that's not in. It's a nearby clan.
Yeah.
But these 3 clans are considered like the wealthiest clans of Chaldea.
I think it would be both boring as a character boring as a player and against what my character would probably do to not go out and be in that force.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but as a Tectomancer, you probably need to be up near the match.
I mean, I do like getting to fire.
Yeah, I think that your skills are, during the final countdown and checking all the things.
How long does it take to get down the hill?
And then you could run your ass off to get down there.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah. You could have
Set up some kind of a toboggan or something to get me to the base of the hill.
There's passive. You could even get a horse.
Horses are very tall.
Yeah, I know.
Tobogganing your way into
It's not
battle
your
sounds.
preferred mode.
Oh, but if you're already on the hill, you could do like a glider. And just as soon as you shoot off, just glide.
What you're saying is like base jump. Be the coolest character
I
at
just
the
climb
table.
into the bombard after it's fired and then just power up another one to shoot me down the hill.
Yeah, there you go.
My armor will hold up for it. I've got great armor.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you choose, but it seems to me illogical that you wouldn't. It seems a little odd that you wouldn't be
I was
with
leaning on the kind of symbol of office that I have for protecting dwarves.
Yeah.
Which is why I was asking if there were also steadfasts in that contingency going down. But if the bombard fires accurately, nobody gets hurt.
If.
Win.
Win.
Win is now. Let's do it. I'll be up with the bombard. That sounds great.
Right. Okay. Well, I was trying to remember if I had you make a test related to preparing to bombard in the last session. Okay. Well,
I don't think so.
I think a test for your work on helping with the successive explosions.
Okay.
And basically checking the work of looking for any sort of tweaking that has to be done to those spells and enchantments to make sure that they go off without a hitch. So I think this will be a test.
A skill test? Okay.
A skill test of your tectomancy skill.
So there isn't a tectomancy skill specifically.
Oh, yeah. So it would be...
But I think potentially in this case, a couple that maybe look good is I have War Artifice, which is specifically for making arms and armor. And then I have, there's the Black Metal Artifice, which would maybe be for, that's closer to like blacksmithing and stuff.
Yeah.
My specific magical skill is the Reason of Old Stone.
Yeah.
Which is for stone, like rocks and stuff. I also have like Dwarven Rune Script, which would probably fork in.
Do you have like enchanting or something like?
No, because this is the weird thing about dwarves, where just like everything they have is magic because they're dwarves.
Yeah.
So like the War Artifice, I think would be like that counts as one of the magic skills.
Yeah.
All of the dwarf crafting things count as a magic skill, so there's not like a specific dwarven magic one.
Yeah, do your rolls to shoot the gun.
Well, it's also
the dragon.
the other thing's happening here is that we're using, I created tectomancy as a Chaldea unique thing, then so of course it's not covered by the Burning Wheel rules also. So that's the other thing that I just figured out. Okay, so what skill do you think is closest to?
I think probably if what I'm doing is making sure the machine is functioning correctly, that's probably War Artifice, which is arms and armor.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, so,
I have a lot in that.
Yeah,
Ooh.
One of the reasons I picked it.
All right, well, I think this needs to be a pretty tough skill, so I'm going to set the at 6.
At 6? Okay.
Wow.
Well, I have 7 in War Artifice.
If you need more.
7 right there. And then I have a couple that I would like to try and fork in. So dwarves didn't have like bombs or explosions or anything, but I have fire building as a skill.
Okay.
I also have the Dwarven Rune Script as a skill. If we're checking with all like the magic and stuff that's like written on it and things.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes. I'm just sort of imagining, a rule set where these things are kind of stated along the lines of tectomancy.
Okay.
And so I'm inclined to be generous here.
Okay.
Also,
and it's a high number, so I'm going to try and get all of them in. I think I also have Dragon Wise.
I know how to shoot this guy so good. His flight pattern.
Very good. Specifically, Laufroth. I feel like I've probably spent a lot of time, because I know that bombard is there. I have probably spent a lot of time obsessing over how to use any of the Dwarven offenses against Laufroth.
Okay, I wasn't going to say yes, but that's pretty compelling.
Your obsession pays.
Yeah. Okay.
right.
So
I hate this guy so much. I'm your biggest hater. The biggest
Thank
hater.
you so much. Give me extra dice for it.
before you roll,
Yes.
you can also roll at persona if you have any persona you want to add.
Oh, do I have Persona? I do have Persona.
You
I
can
got to
add-
get a 6? Oh, boy.
No, a 4, 5, or 6.
No,
Oh,
sorry.
Ob 6.
No,
right,
Ob 6.
Right. So
yeah.
if you add Persona, let's use different colored dice because they won't count against.
I'm going to do 2 Persona.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow, that was
You have
fortuitous.
2%.
I have 4 Persona.
Oh,
Now's the time.
Okay, mark
Get
them
us- get us
them
all.
off.
Yeah.
you got 4
right.
Persona. Have you been hoarding?
I have been hoarding it.
Ah.
I don't roll dice very often.
The one you do is to blow up
So
the
now I'm
dragon.
going to blow up a dragon.
mean,
That's
yeah.
why you
Yeah.
hoard. That's why you save all of your resources in any role-playing game and save it for level 20 when you have to shoot a dragon with
Okay.
a cannon.
So your penalty for failure.
Yeah. What is it? It's going to be so insane.
dragon.
An angry dragon. Which, not much of a penalty. I'm here for it.
There's going to be a nuance in the results of what's going to happen,
That makes sense.
and that would be possible for you to investigate unless you fail this roll. In other words, failing this roll means that you are so things are like dicey at the end, and you're so focused on your work that you don't, you're not able to observe the result as clearly as you would have liked.
Okay.
It's like the person that shoots off a mortar, but doesn't get to watch it
Huge
explode.
firework and then misses it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be.
All right.
So, all
Here
right.
we go. This is a lot of dice.
Okay, looking for 6 successes.
Oh.
I see a lot of 1s and 2s.
Oh no.
Wow. Woof. That's only 3. Look at all those ones.
One.
Oh
It's like
my
not even
And a
gosh.
bunch of 2s.
Damn.
2s and
mean.
3s.
Wow. Okay.
How many dice did
Dice
you roll?
pool
5, not counting
rolled
the Persona dice.
10.
10 dice versus 6. Yeah, that's
I
only
love dice pool
it's only a
games,
routine
but then
dice for you.
sometimes this happens,
Sometimes
and then
this
I hate
happens.
dice pool
Yeah,
games.
so one
great.
of the glyphs was written upside down. You had to
Yeah.
real quick.
It's gonna fire. This is backwards.
It's like when you look at the rocket launcher, it goes
It's like
reverse.
the scene in Independence Day where they can't drive the spaceship correctly because the forward and backwards is.
Yeah. I mean, it's way down inside. You even see it. You have to use a
Wow.
mirror, and of course, anyway, that ends up, you end up with the
Shameful.
double logic.
I'm
And
angry at that. So many dice. I'm mad
So
on
many
your behalf.
dice.
Didn't even
whisper that
get
you
a
believed in
single
them.
6.
Look,
Yeah.
Danny doesn't want this dragon to get shot. Ray wants this dragon to get
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
So,
that was bad.
okay. So,
I guess here these gave me 2 1s on those Persona dice.
yeah.
You did this.
I did this.
Rough.
Okay, so
I drop like 36s when I put them away.
Oh.
Isn't that always the way?
yeah. Okay, so what happens is actually it works beautifully thanks to your last second intervention
glad it
and
was there.
fixing the thing, and you had to concentrate while it was going off, and then you missed you missed it. But of course, the story will spread, even though you personally was, and it worked perfectly.
Great.
It went in, and there was a massive explosion. Just boom. Not like nuclear bomb level, because that would wipe out,
Everybody.
most of the city.
This time at least.
But it was
Tactical strike.
it was incredibly intense and disintegrative. And there's fire and gas and stuff going over the place.
Oh shoot.
And and the dwarven host is down there, of course, just charges forward right off the bat, and you're running to catch up.
Yeah.
Down the hill. You could
Tiny
see
legs.
them disappearing into the smoke and the fog, and
Just imagine an explosion. I look out the door and just see like this nonsense happening, just like
Wait, actually, did I have a plan? I think I did as public safety to evacuate people in case. Can I roll this?
We'll get to you,
see, you
Bonza.
get useful stuff. Danica's just like, what the? Like it pans away.
Like Leslie Knope, you've got different binders for different town emergencies.
No, that's it. Yeah.
It's like 3 Drasildar came in at the same time. What happened? So dwarves disappear into the the dwarves just disappear into the smoke and debris and stuff, and
That's so fun.
Doing my job for me to oust you guys. I don't have to do anything.
it takes a while for everything to kind of clear up enough to see, but you don't hear any sounds of battle, but you do hear sounds of, as you approach, of dwarves running around, yelling, looking for something. But you don't hear the clank of weapons bashing against each other, or the shrieks of a dragon or screams of anything. Where this palace used to be is now a crater,
Oh my god.
Dope.
and
Was a weapons test.
and there's this kind of anticlimactic,
Yeah.
there's nothing here now. Like whatever was there was completely, the molecular level, destroyed. Just just boom, like it was. The explosion was so good that nothing survived, including rock. That's why there's a crater. It's not like the rock all got blown. There's smoke from the reaction of this explosion, and some debris, but really the palace and everything in the palace and the foundations of the palace are all disintegrated,
What I'm
literally
hearing is
gone.
It wasn't a pinata and the money didn't fall out. Good. Okay.
Yeah,
Or the dragon could have been in another castle.
there's no loot. There's no. Yeah.
Oh, disappointing.
Interesting.
Now the dwarves are going to be really liked on council. Yeah.
It's like running my patient already. Now there's a dust cloud in my commute to work. Uncivilized.
Wow. Yeah.
I won't say it. I don't want to give you ideas. I don't want to give them ideas.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, the dwarves are not going to feel. I mean, there's I think there's this temptation to feel anticlimactic, but then it just turns into celebration.
Yeah.
Like, we killed the dragon. Yay, Laufroth is dead. Like,
It probably wasn't home, but
Laufroth is dead. The elder dragon, ding dong, the witch is dead. It turns into like this just very joyous, in a revenge sort of way, dwarven celebration, and they pick around the crater quite a bit, but then take off before Tarsus shows up with a legion.
yeah, that's fair. Quickly before the cops get here.
Just imagine a dragon showing up like 10 minutes later with a Starbucks. What happened?
I mean, I guess good thing Bryce's character wasn't home.
It wasn't home at the time.
Text him. Wait, where was your character?
Character's dead now.
Where did we leave you again?
Where was exactly?
Danica fully like, well, that's not my job. Someone else can deal with it.
That's great.
Okay, but like it's very obvious who and what did this, so
Yeah.
everybody.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. There's I mean, chaos goes through the city. Like what
Yeah.
the hell? Just
Generally upset.
everybody's coming out. Everybody's people screaming,
An
yelling.
immediate council session to address
Yeah,
this
they're gonna
emergency
be
council
really
session because someone fired off the giant armament in the middle of our city.
Well, I think it would be treated as a military
Yes.
alarm. So there's I mean, but there's already a state of, everybody's been on alert ever since Granada. So I think there's mainly a military reaction. And I think probably, the next day, emergency council for whoever is in town that can make it, right? Not Bryce and Megan, but, everybody else, and it's...
Does Laufroth show up?
No,
Well,
Laufroth
maybe
isn't
we got
there.
him.
But, it gives Tarsus, it gives him time to secure the area. There is public safety concerns,
I made a plan. Did I make a plan? Can I roll to see if I have a plan? In case Laufroth was ever exploded by...
I don't think you have a specific plan for this, but you have contingency. But, the explosion was pretty isolated.
Okay.
Like there are no survivors from within the palace. Like whoever was in the palace is gone, is dead, disintegrated. And the explosion was contained enough that there's really not a lot of damage outside of the palace. There's some debris that came out, but most of the, like I said, all the contents of that was literally disintegrated. And so the debris was minimal, but there's panic and there's people screaming, yelling, and dogs and cats, all that stuff, And so you probably have a long night.
No worries.
As well.
What's it take to reload the bombard?
Well, there is you don't have another blast of the same effect. I mean, you could reload it with just like a normal cannonball, right? Another, and probably are, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And,
I have concerns that if Laufroth wasn't in there, that he'll come back and we should be ready to shoot him.
Yeah. They'll. I think the
he can get
dwarves
down
are
on
all
the
for
ground.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, shoot anybody. I mean, the dwarves are probably thinking. The dwarves at this point are go back into the halls and go into full defense mode because there's the expectation that maybe the Legion will come after him. I mean, maybe Tarsus will come after the dwarves, right? I mean, the dwarves are already. A lot of people are already pissed off at the dwarves for losing the gold.
It's doubling down.
That's why I kept giving you, just in case you wanted to try and talk them out of it, because there's a lot at stake here. I knew you weren't, but still, for appearances, we had to have that little back and
I
forth.
understand.
Right.
I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
To be very clear, they just did an attempted, maybe a successful assassination of one of our council members and fellow. So I'm calling for an immediate expulsion of all the guys from the
In
elite.
retaliation for Laufroth's
Not proven, no
council
trial,
assassination.
nothing. He just was there and the old man had a heart attack and then you took executive action, jury and executioner with a giant gun to shoot, not just him, you didn't just hit him, his stupid house and killed everyone in the house.
It is
the
a stupid
people in the house
It is a stupid
killed
house.
your grandpa.
It is a stupid house.
We all agree it's a stupid house, but people were in it. And most importantly, one of our council members. And we have now opened up the doors to just
imagine all the magical items that could have been sold.
There was taxable income in there.
And now there's an open council scene.
There's going to be 3 open council seats in a minute if I come over this table.
Well, not to deprive us of drama, but there probably aren't any dwarves at the council meeting.
So in their absence, I mean,
Where are they
would,
holding up? Are they holding up in here then, or in
over here?
The dwarves?
Yeah.
On this map, there are 2 dwarven halls, the Guild Hall and Stead Hall. Right
Okay.
there.
That one.
Yeah. Okay. So the dwarves all skedaddle back to their respective halls while the military is organizing. And no, that's not a military.
No, but is this empty? Just
Yeah,
wondering.
you thought of it. Do you want to go while everybody else is doing all that stuff? Do you want to run over there and see what's happening in the Dwarven Hall of Records?
Well, I don't know if it's proven that the dwarves are doing it and they're going away.
Can we just take their stuff?
I mean, the word spreads. See that hill up there? You see that bombard that's smoking?
Well, I don't want it. No, I don't want it to like only if you allow, because I don't want it to be too much about like my dumb story plot. But I know there's
I
stuff.
love your story plot. What are you talking about?
There's something in this that I need to take care of.
Go there.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
by all
will.
means. Absolutely. Yeah.
I will.
So why don't we take a break first?
Yes.
Yeah, let's take a break. This seems like a great time to take a
Yeah.
break. All right, we're going to take a little bio break, snack break, and we'll be back. We're back. We did it. We took a break. We were successful. And and we're still kind of bouncing off the walls a little bit, unlike the dead people in the palace who would be splattered against the walls, but the walls aren't there anymore.
We melted a building.
Who melted the building.
Well, they wouldn't bounce because they would just be like incineration, right?
Yeah, just
The Terminator showed me that.
just like a
when there was
ball,
the
like
mix.
a growing ball of disintegration.
Ooh.
You know,
That's pretty good.
Yeah, with special metals ripping everything apart and making it easier to disintegrate everything, that sort of thing. Okay, so you had the thought of going to the Dwarven Hall of Records.
Yes. To correct some mistakes that were put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Great. Okay, are you going by yourself, or are you taking anybody with you?
I'm taking a small elite. Like, I'm just gonna actually, you know what? Because we're going in, it's gonna be me and Tariq.
You and Tariq. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so while the military is distracted, are you timing it this way? Like, are you saying like, oh, the military is really distracted, going over there investigating that explosion? This seems like a good time to go to the Hall of Records.
Yes.
Okay, just curious if that timing was coincidental or like, no, this seems like, okay, got it.
No, it wasn't. No, I wasn't conspiring with the dwarves to shoot the cannons. So I'd be right there to go in.
Oh, the timing's gonna look a little weird.
You've left your back door open, and I'm going in.
Well, as you approach the Hall of Records, I mean, the word is spreading. The word that is spreading is that the dwarves are attacking the city.
Yeah.
That's the word that is spreading.
Technically not incorrect. We're also done.
We attacked it, succeeded,
We have
and
attacked
won.
We
the
did
city.
it. 100% success rate.
Yeah. And so you, and as you're approaching the Hall of Records, you see an angry
Mom.
gang going into the Hall of Records.
An angry gang, like of citizens, or just rubble.
Gangsters, like, you know, mercenaries, sellswords, just ruffians. I mean, don't you have like plate armor or something like that? I mean, do you have armor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, did you have a high sword? You have a high sword skill. I mean,
Yes.
I don't think you're that worried about your personal safety.
Oh no, I'm not worried about my personal safety.
They don't look armed like you're armed. You're armed with, I imagine you've got fancy armor from your position.
Yes, well, you know, this is a public safety. Records are of public safety. And I am there to make sure I legitimize, like, hey, I saw hooligans going into the dwarves.
Yeah.
And we need to protect those records. So I'm going to go in there as, of course, the council member of public safety.
Yeah. You're going to follow them in. You're going to go in there. Yeah. Tariq is arming up. Like,
arm up, and then, you know, it's this is a legit reason to be in there. We're going to save the public records as a duty of councilman.
I am not a hooligan.
perfect. Okay. So you double time it. Try to catch up with these scoundrels as quickly as possible.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you come in just a couple of beats after they've gone in, and you see a couple of guys lighting torches. You see people. You see a couple of guys turning over.
They
turning over
can't
counters.
burn these. I need these records. I'm going to go ahead.
And not done.
Okay.
And you arrive just in time to see one of the guys stab and kill a dwarven clerk that's there. It just like somebody, some graybeard that was there.
I just talked to them last game.
In the council. Yeah, somebody that was there. It's not Eli Graybeard, the head of the dwarf, but it's one of his scribes. Yeah. And
Are there other dwarves? Like, just looking, is there other dwarves that I could see that are huddling or something like that?
you don't see any right here, but you see one of the gangsters look back, sees you arrive, and it seems to be, the main guy, whoever, probably the lead guy for this gang, and looks at you.
Oh, there's no discussion. I just go ahead and stop them.
Did you say stop or stomp?
Stomp and stop. There's no, I just
Both.
it was a merging of words.
I'm gonna stop them.
Stop them from burning the records, of course.
Yeah. Okay. So, how?
All right.
Force of arms, or commanding voice, or you want to use intimidation, sword.
I'm going to use sword.
I will intimidate
Start with
from
a
the
sword.
inside.
I will start. Yes, I will use sword.
So, what's your intent?
My intent is to stop them from lighting this on fire. And the dwarves will be so grateful that I did that.
Okay. You have the big guy is not the one trying to light fires. So you have a choice. You want to go after one of the guys with torches, or the guy that looks better armed. I mean, the rest of them have cudgels and stuff.
I think Tariq is going to be the one going after the ones who start the fire because Tariq can get them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And-
Tariq is the spellcaster?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
He looks like he's a puncher, but
Yeah.
he's actually a
Yeah.
spellcaster.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yes.
Okay.
And so biggest buddy is my friend
Yeah.
with the sword.
Yeah, I think the real test is going to be you and the
main guy.
boss guy here, and Tariq will do well while you're doing this.
Yes.
Okay, so your intent is not to stop the fire. That's the intent of Tariq.
That's
Your
the
intent. What I'm looking at. Do you want to kill him? Basically, I mean, it's typical intent. Kill him, or
Oh, we need questioners. No, because they're. Do I want to kill him, or do I want to? No, because then people are going to ask why I was there, and I could, if there's less witnesses to contradict. I'm not saying that.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and make it so there's less witnesses necessary.
Okay. So your intent is to kill.
Yes.
Okay. I think his intent is to kill you back.
Yes.
So okay. So this is a versus.
Kill fight.
We'll do a versus test
All right.
of your sword skill
Is an 8.
versus his sword skill.
Yes.
And yeah, he pulls out a broadsword.
I have a long sword.
Okay. All right. So how many dice do you have for longsword? Or for sword? Your sword skill?
My sword skill, I have 8.
8. That's really good, by the way. That's like
8 is crazy.
yeah, that's like you're a champion of the jousts, and I mean the sword fighting anyway.
Yeah.
Sword skill of 8. Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's see. I was thinking 4.
I mean, if you want I feel like, so the way that,
No, it's fine. You can fail with 8 dice.
no, I meant for Fatima.
I failed with 12.
Yeah, no, I was thinking, but for when they were going to ask questions, Fatima is really like, ask questions later,
Yeah.
do business first, then
Yeah.
figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
forward.
Okay. All right. So you have a sword skill of 8.
Yes.
You want to fork at anything? Usually, the typical in combat, the most typical things are brawling or boxing. If you have either of those skills, you can fork that in.
I have brawling,
Okay. There you go.
and I, not on a horse.
That's-
Would intimidation work? Because I'm wearing fancy official armor?
If you do, no, it's not for a fork.
No.
You could lead with intimidation, but I think you're just going for the kill.
Yeah, I'm just going for the kill. All right,
Yeah.
that makes sense. We'll go ahead and just say 9 for now.
He'll be scared after you
It's way
stab
more
him.
than you
It'll be
should
fine.
need. Okay, I'm gonna roll first
All right,
to set your obstacle.
all right.
The number of successes I get will be the obstacle. Come on, give me
Oh, 1.
just 2.
Two.
2 successes. All right.
I really care about you. Please roll well.
Yeah, don't fail this roll.
This is like the one thing I'm good
You don't
at.
want him to get his intent.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You,
Look at all of that.
you got
It's
it.
at least 3.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
So this, yeah.
Yeah,
this is
you
a,
got, yeah.
And a
yeah.
5. This is a 3.
This is okay. So
What did you get? 5 successes?
5 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you succeeded. You needed, a versus test, you need 1 more than the ob, actually. So you needed 3 successes to get it. If he'd have got 1 or less successes, then he would have killed you.
Yeah.
If you'd have tied, then you'd have to have a different mode of conflict. Like you could switch to intimidation or switch weapons or something like that. So, yeah, you kill this guy, and Tariq stops the fire, and the other guys try to run away, but Tariq's by the door. He's not letting anybody out. And so, yeah, you could just keep fighting and kill everybody if you wanted to. Tariq's not going to care.
Oh no! We already got our alibi, and they can run away, and then we could just finish our job and then make sure that we have to make sure the other dwarves are safe. But on the way
Yeah.
of making sure they're safe.
Right. So the 2 that survived,
Yeah.
you're gonna let them go then? And let them leave? Or do you want to have to deal with captives, or do you want to kill them? Those, I think, are your three options.
It's easier to take care of captives that are knocked out, right?
Well, you could knock them out, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or truss them up, or
Yeah, knock them out, truss them up, kind of thing. I'll have 2. Yes, they're witnesses, but then I
won't.
caught them to question. Nice.
yeah. They won't witness whatever's going to happen next,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
as you go look for other hoodlums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for other hoodlums.
I'm just
Yeah.
clearing the house. It's fine.
You have to check every room. to be sure.
Okay, so you truss them up, and this dwarf shows up. This guy is old, long, white, flowing beard. He's got a cane, and he goes over to the dwarf that's dead, and immediately.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your
Tends to
companion.
her. And he sees the other 3 people who are dead, 4 people that are dead, 2 people trussed up. Puts 2 and 2 together. Thankfully you arrived in time to prevent more bloodshed.
You should. I don't know if you know what happened outside, but
I heard the explosion of some sort. I don't know what happened. And he seems to recognize who you are based on your heraldry. And I assume you're not hiding who you are in any way. Yes.
No.
So he would address you as a consul.
yes, as you know, records are. We need to make sure while this anarchy is going down that all records stay safe.
Yes.
Are you sure there's nobody else in the building? Do you want me to go check?
While
you lock up front.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's lock the door and Tariq can stay there with him, right? Mm-hmm. So you go searching into the hall. It's big.
Oh, sorry. Oh no. Stop.
I told her not to call me here.
I thought that was an alarm I accidentally set.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's life. Life happens on stream.
It's just the Muzak that's playing
There's a break
inside,
attention.
inside the Hall of Records.
Yeah.
So, do you know Dwarven as a language? Did you choose?
I knew that actually might be a problem.
Oh, actually, wait. Yes, you do.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because
The common language is Dwarven.
Dwarven,
It's
yeah.
also called Carnarvon.
Okay.
So, yeah, as is the script. Okay. That could have been a bit of an obstacle since everything here is written in Dwarven, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You quickly realize that this Hall of Records is vast.
Oh, and there's no. Damn it.
And there is an organizational scheme to where things are, but you don't know what it is.
Even with that administration?
The skill that you would have to have here is called research. Yeah.
Damn it. had an idea, but I guess
Yeah,
it didn't
I'm
work.
pretty sure that's and Burning Wheel's pretty finicky about like you got to have the right skill or you can't.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You
If
can,
that's-
but you can beginner's luck it. You can open it. Like you can use it
Beginner.
untrained, basically. If you want to try and, or your other option, well, your other options, as far as I can tell, are abort the mission or go talk to Eli and have him, try and convince him to help you. But then you do have a witness,
yeah.
and he doesn't seem to be the type of guy that would want to fudge records.
No. I'm gonna. You know what? Let's take a chance and try to just do this blind.
Hey, I did a blind thing, and now I'm like
Spin in a circle.
fully
and point.
trained in it, so give it a shot.
There we go. Yeah, research is the art of navigating libraries, gathering data, collecting coherent reports. Okay, so this is the research. So you go in beginner's luck. You see where beginner's luck section is, right below that.
Wait. In
Maybe it's called
what column? Hold on.
it's on your
Skills being
other
learned.
page.
Is it-
skills being learned.
Skills being
Oh,
learned.
skilled. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So right in research.
God.
Borrow yours for reference.
On the fly.
Yeah. No, this is and the way
Learn the Dewey Decimal System now.
so the conceit here is that you have done some work in libraries or you've done a little bit of this, just not enough to actually have the skill.
Yeah.
And so usually what you would do as a player is you would say, well, I've had some experience,
yeah.
You come up with you make up a little extra little chapter in your backstory
All right.
about something you did, especially if it ties into one of your life paths somehow. That
Okay, yeah.
it doesn't give you any advantage, but it's a nice narrative thing to do.
Let me see where I'm gonna try to remember where my life, how I made my life path. Okay, so, yeah, I was, born a noble, bastard groom, clergyman, knight. Knights need to know how to read. Well, but okay, so, Imperial Council and being a part of a dukedom has you do a lot of paperwork and organizing because you're organizing and administrating all of the taxes, the people in your county, yeah? And so, of course, I would have done research in that. Also, doing research for my brother's conspiracy of death,
Exactly.
I would know all of this stuff.
Perfectly. Bravo.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well done. That's exactly. It's a good lesson for us all on how to. So, and it's never in doubt. The mechanics say you can open any skill, but you're obligated to kind of give us a little
this
story
makes-
and you did. Yeah, you give us that little story. of
Taxation,
stuff.
I have to
Yeah.
counties that I have.
Yeah, especially investigating your brother's death,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. You see right beside Rice's that there's a place called aptitude.
Yep.
Okay. What is your perception?
6.
Okay, so your aptitude is 4.
Okay.
Okay, that's how many tests you need to pick up the skill for real, and this will qualify as one of those tests. And you get to roll your perception, which is 6, right? So you get to roll 6 dice, and this is basically to find the book you're looking for,
Yeah.
which is going to be a tome of records of the royal families of Andalus.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So to find that book, and let me see here. Collecting
correct it.
relevant. Sorry.
Because there's an error.
Do you have forgery, or are you going to open that too?
I guess I have to open it too.
See, I love the idea. Look, if you succeed at
win
this,
with
you're gonna be a
nothing.
god. If you succeed at this, it's like you made
Okay.
up everything as you did it. It'd be great.
This could be really good.
Oh God, this is fine. This is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'm not going to make this super hard because it is an important book. There's no doubt what you're looking for. You're just trying to find a book. You're not trying to find information that could be
Yeah.
in any number of books or whatever. So I'm going to say the ob is 2.
Okay.
But because you don't actually have the skill, the ob is doubled
Oh, so it's
to
4.
4.
All right.
And you could fork in.
Read and write.
Now, reading is just assumed. If you didn't have read, you just wouldn't.
Administration?
Do you have history or?
Nope.
I'll give you a 4 for administration.
Yay, thank you.
Because that is
Such a very nice DM.
I think having a yeah. So there you go. So 7 dice. Oh, and the penalty for failure. The penalty for failure is that you are you.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm just going to play into your conspiracy. There's the penalty for failure is that you find where it should be, and now you're convinced somebody's stolen the book.
Knew it. Yes, I will sink more
The
into
best
the
penalties of failure are when you actually would prefer to fail.
The penalty of failure is additional misinformation.
That's great.
Somebody.
See, if it's missing, yes, somebody's trying to erase my brother's lineage.
I know.
God, okay,
Exactly.
no, I want to actually get it.
Is
Okay.
your brother a dwarf?
No, the Hall of Records has everybody's records.
Okay, 7 dice
Yeah.
versus an odd 4. Chances are a little against you.
I know. I believe in you.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, 2.
It's a lot of threes.
Only 2 successes. Oh my God, a lot of
Many
threes.
A lot of 3s.
Yeah, somebody's
Barely's there.
stolen the book of the royal lineages of Andalus.
I knew it.
It's missing.
All right.
You find the place where it's supposed to be. What do you think you do? You find the place where it's supposed to be, and it's not there. Okay?
Yep. I know this.
Cutscene there? Is that okay?
No, that's. I will go back and be. Yeah, I'll know.
You guys
but
leave
now I
and
know.
deal with the prisoners and all that sort of stuff like that. Okay.
I thought you were going into the Hall of Records to legitimize the dwarves.
Oh no.
That's what I thought you were going to do.
No.
That'd be real hard.
Just like,
a lot.
just write a whole bunch of extra names in the back of this. It's another appendix.
Do you want to talk to Oli?
Yeah, I'll focus on that because there's 2 things that I could pursue in this moment, which is talking to Oli to.
Oh, what's the other?
The other one
what's
is
the other idea?
I'm trying to get the doors kicked out as like the seats of like the chair, and they just did a big social faux pas, and political faux pas. This is a perfect moment
By melting a building.
by melting a building in one of our council members. I mean, this is the moment to propose. Hey. We can do whatever we want, but in the immediate, they're not allowed to do their jobs. They didn't show up to do their jobs. I'm just going to say we vote them out, and I'm going to bring in someone else to do the job. In fact, a lovely, interim person to do it would be the guy who just proposed the new credit system, which is Swift or whatever. Toma.
Yeah.
The stand-in is interim for now until we can vote someone better that didn't blow up part of our city and lose all of our money, by the way.
okay,
that would
so-
be my proposal. To
so
just rile some sentiment up against these guys, even if they won't make a snap decision.
Yeah. Well, I think these 2 ideas are linked in the
Yes.
sense that your original idea was to get Oli on board
Yes.
with you and Anton and Sweef. And have the 4 of you, and now you have an even more compelling sort of reason to.
Heck, I might convince him in this moment with my passion or whatever, and be like, all the financial guys stand together, and then I give him a.
I certainly think you would get an extra die given the current mood of the city. I'm going to take a quick glance at his character to see if there's anything I want to pull on.
I worked with Oli previously on a thing, so.
Okay. You track down Oli somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are working together, and he has seemed very distracted of late. I don't know if you remember the last time we all were all here. We role played together.
Yeah.
There was a duel of wits with the royalty from Emil and Perrin, and afterwards he went and what your character observed is he went and talked to somebody in a palanquin.
Yeah, I think I remember that. I think one of the things that was kind of discussed, I think I asked everybody sort of like what they wanted a little
Yeah.
bit, and one of the things that he sort of mentioned was Leanne.
as Empress. He's kind of got a connection with her.
And there was another RPG session. There was another scene where he went, but your character doesn't know what happened in that or
Yeah,
scene.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I just know that there's some kind of angle there with her.
But you don't know that was Leanne in the palanquin.
Okay.
It came up as a player, because we played that scene out, but because he went and talked to her later. So he's been kind of a lovesick puppy. Like he is not just devoted to Leanne and the family and wants to see, Kradava's daughter take the throne. Yeah. He has romantic, and he seems to have romantic intent for her.
All right.
And so
Can I ask, with Leanne and the Empress and everything, are they aligned or not aligned with the dwarves in any way? Is there any way I can angle this to be like, this is going to help that family and impress them? Just politically. Or is that
That's a good question. The challenge here is that Leanne was kept pretty sheltered. So people aren't real sure where Leanne stands on anything other than that.
That's fine. I'm not trying to, I'm not saying one way or for anything that Leanne's this, that, or the other. All I'm appealing to his emotions about it in this moment to get him on my side. So I'm trying to be like, hey, you want to impress this woman? You want to show yourself as competent and that you've got the reins on things, that you can help her get whatever she wants, pretending I don't know what she wants, because I don't. And just be like, help me do this thing. Help me just oust these people and get control, establish, do our jobs effectively and get people in place that are really good at it and safeguard the future of this empire for whoever comes next. Because if the reins of power are kind of we get the economic power, it's totally settled, then that means whoever comes next is going to have a safer place to be, whoever that is.
Yeah. I mean, that's really good. It seems like a legitimate angle of persuasion.
That, and I'm also pretty mad about the whole explosion thing. So I'm also just kind of just you gotta side with me on this. I'm kind of pulling the seniority card here a little bit. They blew up a building. I really want them out. Just support me in this as a professional. And it also, by the way, bonus alignment with your views. It'll make you look good, and it'll set the stage for the people that you want, whoever that is, to be in power.
Since we actually have this character, I'm looking up what his will is. It's 7, because he's a player character console. So that's pretty good.
Because I've got plenty of stuff in these things. Persuasion. I could do intimidation as well to try and get them on my side. You let me know.
So, it's a will 7. That's your ob, so it's really tough. I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you 2 extra dice.
Okay.
Just 2 help dice, or situation dice, whatever. One is for the general state of anger about the dwarves. The other is for the fact that you guys are comrades, and it's something you guys are both, been working together a lot. And I felt from Marcus's role playing, his character liked your character, friendly in a friendly way. So but still will 7. And so in my mind, I'm thinking of a reason why he might not want to do this. And so that's why I'm making it a test. So the penalty for failure is that he has he wants to nominate his sister for this position.
Okay.
And he's going to stick by that.
Okay, so he'll support me either way, but the person that he wants to put in place is his sister rather than somebody reasonable. Okay.
His sister is a noble woman who lives in Saratof, but she's not even a senator, much less a consul.
Yeah, she's just a thing.
In fact, that's kind of ridiculous. I'll give you another die.
You're like, wait, I don't actually want this person to be in charge.
This is bad. One more time.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to give you. Let's put these dice in there. Signify them. Those are the help dice from the DM.
All right, so
But
I've
you
got.
still have a really high ob to hit.
All right, so I've got. I'm trying to figure out whether because if I went with intimidation, it's higher, but I don't think intimidation is appropriate. I would probably fork into intimidation if I could, if it's persuasion, and then fork into something like intimidation or something like that.
You can fork in this case because you can. What's your threat?
My threat.
Like in terms of intimidating is threatening someone. Like what are you hinting at as the downside if he doesn't go along with you?
I'm just kind of like, hey, I've ousted people from their positions before when they didn't go along with what was best for the city, and you would not be the first. It's kind of I'm both being like, hey, we should work together, we should be friendly, but also, please get out of my way.
Cross me.
Everything is on fire, it ain't personal.
It'd be a shame if something happened to you.
Your job.
Wow.
Shame.
And what's your intimidation skill?
It is an 8.
Okay, that gives you 2 dice in a fork, by the way. That's, by the way, it's a rule I often forget is that if the skill you're forking in is, I think, 7 or higher, it's 2 dice.
Okay.
Me, be
Oh, you could
6.
have had another dice for your.
Okay, so that's
Well, except
3
we don't go back
circumstance
on rolls.
dices on top of what I've got
Absolute
for
that.
persuasion. Okay.
You can also spend persona if you have any persona.
Okay, I would love to spend persona.
You can spend up to 3 persona for 1 die each. And I'll remind you that I always recommend keeping 1 persona in reserve because it is a way of avoiding death.
Sure, I've got like 5 persona points.
Why y'all have so much persona?
I feel like I should probably burn maybe 3 on this. Why not? Just because that gives me all the dice, so I can just use all the dice.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Watch, I'll still roll ones.
For the persona dice, use these 3. And we have because these don't. When we count dice to calculate the difficulty of the test, these dice don't count.
Great.
Although I think you're going to be out of range of being able to get
We'll
to
see.
get better than to get the like difficult and challenging tests. You pretty much have to be willing to I only kind of care about winning this.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, we'll see how we go.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
that was good.
6, 5, 4.
Hey, there you
There it
go.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no,
That's
you
8.
missed another 4 right there.
Oh, yeah, I do.
But she added a 3.
Okay, so we're
3.
even. Okay, so it's.
Yeah, you got
There
it.
you go.
I got it. Okay.
Huzzah.
Cool.
Nice. That's great.
On everything to do it. I'm just like, hey. hey. We're cool, we're friendly, but you're gonna back me on this.
I'd like
great.
to think that it's the moment when you point out that this isn't even a senator. She can't be a
Hey, man,
consul.
I appreciate this, and I understand where you're coming from, but that's not cool to suggest that your sister should become a consul. Let's be reasonable.
Yeah.
You know Anton. We know Tama. We've worked a bunch of stuff together. It should be him. It will look really bad on you if you put your sister in. If you want to sidedoor people into positions that you want, I can help you with that, but not this.
So he seems. I mean, he goes along. You won the test.
Yes.
He goes along with it, but he's filled with inner turmoil over this. There's something that you don't know, like something is beneath the surface of this, and it's tearing him apart.
Interesting.
I have to fill you in on this later.
Okay. Let me know if there's anything in the moment I can do to try to glean that, but otherwise, we good. I got what I wanted.
You did it.
I did it. That was a high test. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's great.
What is that in terms of you need a bubble?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you rolled. How many dice did you roll? Not counting the persona dice.
Goodness, that was. I only had 3 that were out, so it was all of these, not counting the persona dice. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
Wow.
11 dice versus 7. Yeah, it's a routine test, so you don't get a.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. When your skills are sufficiently advanced, routine tests don't matter anymore.
All good.
Okie dokie.
All right, so I have successfully argued Ollie on my side to support me in public. Basically, where we say like, "Hey, we are voting these guys out, and I would like to install
lobby for them.
Tama as like the interim guy, or maybe the permanent guy,
Right. So that's not going to happen at the emergency council meeting.
Yeah.
That'll be something
later.
For later.
Persuasion for later.
Yeah, something.
Can I mark this as a success
For Damon to deal with.
something?
Well, I think you.
Oh yeah, because I
probably
wanted
did
to
something to
get
believe.
Ollie on my side. Which
Yeah, you resolved a belief. You convinced Ollie.
yeah.
So,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're going to get, but that happens later. At the end of the session, we'll review beliefs
Nice.
and stuff. So, okay. Anything you want Feldspar to be? Is this sort of like? I mean, you're going to be transitioning into.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bonsai and Ray. I don't know if you knew, but Damon's going to take over DMing this series, starting with the next cluster. Yeah, that's why I
Next
said I got to
cluster.
fill Damon when I'm thinking about that.
Yeah.
So.
What baked goods would you take as bribery?
Oh, anything. I love baked goods.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
I would have
easily
taken
bribable.
break good.
I did. I gave you the
That's right,
roasted
you
nut.
You gave me so
Okay,
many
those were so
baked
good,
goods.
though.
Oh
And
my
also
god,
you
they
got
were so
extra
good.
cookies too.
I know. They're
See?
good.
This is,
Jeez, I was already on the bribery game.
I was already bribing you.
That's right. That's true. That's true. Is there anything that you have in mind? I mean, okay, so obviously dwarves are a lot of shit right now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Listen, we have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the I don't think that I'm entirely convinced that Laufroth was anywhere at home for any of that. So I'm invested in making sure that the dwarves aren't too complacent after melting his house.
I will say that the dwarves watch his pals all the time.
Yeah.
And but he's a dragon. He could use magic and whatever. But
Right.
but certainly the last time Laufroth was spotted, it was going into the palace after the council meeting where your grandfather was had a heart attack.
And he doesn't, as far as anyone is aware, he doesn't take human form at all. Because I know he
In
certainly
fact,
doesn't do it
it's-
for the council meetings.
Right.
But
It's a point of, it's part of the, it's often talked about that, dragons often take other shapes, but Laufroth refuses to get small.
can I go? So the dwarves, I assume, made his palace because we built most of the structures in the city. Was that one that the dwarves built? And was it made of stone?
No.
Okay. Is the
He built his own palace.
He built his own palace. Interesting. So I think I would like to go and look at the crater, and I might ask it some questions.
Okay. I think it's great. The dwarves are in lockdown right now.
Yeah. I think I can get out
So-
though. I think I'm
There is, yeah, I mean, the dwarves did just attack the city. So there is a cohort of legionnaires. The dwarves aren't being attacked, but they're also being blockaded in a way. So
Got it.
there's a cohort of legionnaires. Now, you guys got tunnels everywhere.
I was just going to ask if there are tunnels that I could use instead. Yeah.
You've used tunnels to go back and forth between Guildhall and Steadhall before, and there's a whole elaborate system of mines beneath the city that go,
Well,
theoretically all the way to the Dwarven homeland.
I'll go under the city then.
Yeah. So the question is just like, where is the nearest place you could pop up? Yeah, I mean, you can come up in the sewers basically anywhere.
Okay. Yeah. I'll try and come up. It would be great if I could get within this circle of trees in this zone, just in case there are, just in case they've blocked the crime scene, as in in case they've got that roped off. So,
Yellow caution tape.
Your crime scene.
Yeah. Listen, crimes happen all over the city. Yeah, so as close as I think I can get in an effort to get beyond any blockades that might exist around the crater.
Right.
But obviously I can't come up in that zone because we
yeah.
melted it.
Yeah, you can't come up in the zone, and there's no sewer access from the park.
Okay.
But there would be. So you're probably just down this street a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, here or this street if you want to be closer to home. Just.
Yeah, I'll go over here just because they're less likely to have. If they're going to be pointing eyes, it's going to be pointing up the hill. So I'll come out on the backside there.
I mean, you recruit somebody who knows the tunnels and sewers well. You get some dwarf from your clan to like, hey, I need a guide.
Yeah.
I mean, given how important you are, probably a guide would want to take 20 dwarven axemen or something like that.
I appreciate the abundance of caution, but I think the two of us will be fine. And I am fully armed and armored.
Yeah, you got mithril armor. You probably even have a reputation from that, if I remember right. The fact that you have mithril armor.
I do, yeah. I have all of the most expensive dwarf stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes, this door takes you through the sewers and underground tunnels and so forth, cisterns, and you to that general area, and you go in the day or night.
I think probably during the daytime.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think that I'm necessarily into skulking. I think I'm just gonna go there. Yeah.
Okay.
I obviously want to make it there, which is why I'm gonna use the sewers to get there. But I don't think I'm gonna be or can be particularly sneaky. I'm
Mithril.
I'm wearing a tank.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There are, okay, so you come in the streets, it's daytime, so there's this section right here, right now, is not in riot mode at the moment.
Great.
So you can walk down the street as a dwarf, and I'm going to say that at least initially, if anybody does see you, they hide.
Perfect. That was my hope. I'm going to walk as if I have business with a capital B. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think your escort is you don't need me now, right? I mean,
Oh, no, I'll be okay. Okay. Could you wait for me here? I'll come back in.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
If I'm not back in oh geez, takes the, wait until sundown. And then if I'm not back, you can depart.
Okay. All right. So he, okay, so you, when you come to this ring road here, you see that this area is patrolled. You see a couple legionnaires on horseback.
Okay.
Who are, sauntering away from that intersection as you arrive.
Okay. Does it look like there's another set? Is there batches of them patrolling around it in a circle, or are they just wandering about?
You just, if you're gonna stay there and watch for a while,
I think a little. Nah, I'll just go. If I don't see any others coming up, I'll wait until they're
Yeah, it's something to
at the
maybe
corner.
look the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see anybody, so you dart across, but
Yeah.
it's not long before a couple other ones come through.
Okay.
Now you're in a park, and you just kind of go through the park area, and then you come up to you get to where you can kind of see through the trees that the crater, and you see that there are, as you get to where you could see that there are legionnaires stationed all around the crater.
Are they
So you
probably be pretty obvious then? Yeah. All right. Cool.
I mean, there's not a ton of them, but there's enough of them that they can see the whole area around it.
But are
so,
they looking out as opposed to looking into the crater?
Well, they're not standing at absolute attention because that's impossible to do for very long.
Sure.
There's, and I'm going to say that there's probably 8 of them.
Okay.
And 2 of them per quadrant, and so, I mean, if you go up there, you're going to get spotted eventually.
Right.
I mean, if there's probably right away.
Interesting. Okay. I wonder if that would be just immediately arrested. I mean, probably not.
You're like, as the resident cop.
I don't know. You're in all mithril armor, and you're visiting a crime scene. and
Returning to the crime scene.
returning to
I
the
haven't been
crime scene. And there's like, you may look like a suspect of interest.
I get it.
Just saying.
Okay, can I get to the edge of the crater? Are there?
So
does the woods go right up to the edge?
Yeah, I mean, you do think that as you look around, you kind of, you can kind of get a plan where you think, well, I think I might be able to get up to the edge by, getting equidistant between these 2 guys here, and if I'm quiet, it will be a stealth check.
Boy, still.
That's not going to be a terribly hard one.
Well,
right?
I would have to open it.
Yeah, well, then it's automatically hard. But yeah, I think that sounds fun. That's fun.
Everybody
Opening
open up stuff.
stealth.
Just do
Opening
it.
stealth.
Just do stuff.
Oh boy, I have nothing to fork in. Like, I'm just not a sneaky
I'm not going to make it a super hard stealth test. You're not trying to get by them. You're just trying to get up to the edge.
Trying to not fall in your
Yeah.
mithril
Yeah.
armor down a set of stairs comically.
Oh, I love it. That's a great idea.
That's a great
No, it's not
consequence.
stone.
So, okay. Yeah, I'll try and open it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and open it.
Do it. Open it.
Okay, well, I'm going to be nice and say that they don't have observation. They're
great.
guards. They're not those type of guards. Observation they're just like soldiers that are told to stand here. So your ob is doubled, their ob is doubled also.
Okay.
So this is based on speed.
4?
4, okay.
I'm a
So your
dwarf.
aptitude is 6.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have to get this 6 times before I open it.
Okay, so, yes, that's right. So your roll, I'm going to do the opposite of the way I did it for her. Your roll is going to determine their ob to
Got it.
spot you.
Okay.
So you're going to make you're going to roll
So I have four dice
4
because
dice.
it's speed? Okay.
Yep. And
I have a pitch because I need something
We love
to
a
fork
pitch.
in.
We love a pitch. We're here for it.
So my plan as sort of the high priest isn't the correct term, but the high like my position within the clan is such that I ask for wisdom and guidance from the mountain. We have a stone crater here. And so I would like to attempt to fork in my reason of old stone because this is a draw that I was feeling to come and check and see what the stone here has to say. I only have 4 dice.
We got persona.
I do have persona. Yeah, I could spend some persona.
yeah, I think
That one's a bit of a stretch. I understand.
Yeah.
I got nothing else.
Yeah, well then,
nothing else. All right, great.
Yeah.
You don't have racial traits. That would, go up.
Let's see. Well, my all of my dwarf stuff is not at all about being
Diggy.
sneaky.
Oh, no, we're not digging.
This is
sneaky.
this is my stealth. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I have a character trait that is confident and determined, so of course I'm going in the daytime.
Yeah.
All right, well...
I think you got it pretty nice, dude.
I mean, I have 2 points of persona left, and so I might as well use them.
Okay, you get 6 dice. Okay, so penalty for failure here is...
It's pretty obvious.
it's simple. You're going to get spotted, and,
Yeah.
and they're gonna try and arrest you.
White pips are persona.
Okay, great. Okay.
Oh,
2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. So since which is really 1 success versus their observation, but their observation, but then it's doubled again back to 2 because they don't have observation. So they're just making a perception test. I'm pretty sure is.
oh, so we have to curse your dice, Peter?
Okay, so it's
Yeah,
not bless his
perception.
dice, it's
Okay.
curse your dice.
So I'm going to say perception is 3, but there's 2 of them. So
So-
one of them is going to give a help die to the other. So 4 dice versus an odd 2.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Well-
that's pretty much a 50-50 chance.
It sure is.
Pretty close.
Curse. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's 3. All right.
You there!
I stand up.
They, yeah. Drop your weapons.
No.
They pull their weapons, and
I
they're
don't have my sword out, but I am likely a little famous in the city for this sword, and it is potentially a thing that they would know I am incapable of dropping. Like not physically I can't do it, but spiritually I cannot drop it. It's not drawn.
I think
but
dwarves might know that, but sure, legionnaires. Yeah. I also think it kind of some level doesn't matter. I mean, they're moving into a rush and they're calling for other people. So you know, fight or flight or.
Oh boy, this is not going to go great for me. I mean, I'm not going to run. Like that's because of all of these traits that I have. That say I
I'm too
can't
stubborn
run.
to run. I'm committing.
I think I'm going to try and talk my way through this.
ooh.
And then if they attack me, that will go very poorly for them. But I don't have my sword out.
Right. Okay. And I will say you get to the edge of the crater, and this might influence your reaction. You see down in the crater about 20 warriors moving. Warriors? Well, they have swords, so they must be warriors. They are psionic warriors of the Syndicate.
Oh.
They're Amandella or Zune's guild,
Yeah.
the Psionic Syndicate. And they are doing experiments and probing, and they're doing, the Syndicate is clearly what is really blocked. I mean, the soldiers are there.
Yeah.
You quickly put together all the soldiers are there to do what they do, but
Keep a barrier.
if these scientists are there, they're the ones really in charge,
Yeah.
and
I don't like that.
they're investigating the crater.
Don't like that at all. Okay.
And one of them looks up towards you.
I am going to.
Gotta run fast for your money.
I am going to nod at them, and I'm going to turn and leave.
Okay, well, he says, "Stop that man!" No,
Who's a dwarf?
Well, I'm a dwarf, so
Yeah,
they're
so there's
looking for the wrong people. Yeah.
you're male, though, right?
I'm going to go back into the
pronouns
woods.
again?
I'm going to go back into the woods, and I'm going to make another stealth check to see if I can open this up better.
Actually, I'm going to say "Let It Ride" is in play.
Great.
"Let It Ride," Burning Wheel is you don't retest for things.
Got it.
Basically, you failed to roll. It's still going. So I mean, you could try to get away from if you're walking away.
I mean, I'm not quick, but like
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and I think that the fact that it's the syndicate down there like poking around is important enough information that I feel like I can leave the scene without losing.
You're gonna have to kill
honor
some.
better.
You're gonna have to kill a couple guys.
Well, if that's necessary, then sometimes people get killed.
Then murk them.
Sometimes people get killed.
You already blew up a building. Commit.
Yeah.
Get
I'm
your
gonna
hands
just
dirty.
say yes. You so outclass these guys that you know.
Great.
Yeah.
I will, for what it is worth, I will cut down the first one and then offer the second an opportunity to leave. And then when he doesn't, inevitably, I'll cut
Well,
him
he
down.
might. I mean, jeez.
He's like, wait. Maybe I do want to live.
Yeah. Okay. So, if a 1 he attacks you, 6 runs away, 2 through 4, 5 he just stands and drools.
Ooh, runs
6
away.
he ran away.
Ran away. All right.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Good. I will leave. I will continue to leave.
All right. You get back.
Yeah.
You get back in the underground and take off.
Great.
Perfect. Okay.
I have so much armor.
I am actually a tank, though.
Yeah. I have so much armor, and it's like gray level armor, and it's bonkers.
You guys are so buff. I'm not buff at all. I don't. If a stiff breeze hit me, I would die.
You get word
Intimidate that breeze away.
Let's see here.
From my brigade.
Yeah, one of your, Amira's not there, so whoever her second is.
Yeah.
Your third.
Third.
Yeah. Reports that there are 5 cogs loaded with troops in a harbor waiting for clearance to dock.
Oh, waiting for me to clear. Oh, yeah.
No, just waiting for clearance. I mean, it's just standard port procedures that you can't dock till the dock
Did I
master
get any- who
says
is-
you can't. So, but it's 5 cogs full of troops.
Okay.
Your force that was in Shifta
They're coming in.
in the Andalus has arrived, but they can't land just yet.
All right. Well, I mean, do we want to resolve that now, or should we?
You can. Do you want to do something? What?
Well, right now we need more troops, because the city, we need. My brigade is here.
Yeah.
And now I
Warrior
know.
Brigade, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, more my brigade, because now I know that.
Second Brigade.
Well, now that I know that this isn't my brother's conspiracy goes even deeper. They even tried to erase my family's record.
Yeah, they stole the book.
Yeah. My belief has also been changed with that.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
What's your new belief?
So instead of I signed a mayor to dig into the criminal underbelly. No, it's deeper. I don't have to deal with criminals anymore. I have to go ahead and go into the Senate and question these higher ups, because obviously they're trying to erase my family, so they're going to be coming out for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
now I know.
Exactly. Right. Perfect. Let's see. Okay, I'll get the writing on that later.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, back to you get so your Amira's second gives you this information. What do you do?
I know me and Tarsus are not seeing eye to eye right now. But I'm going.
You did call him incompetent in front of the whole council.
I did.
Basically, I don't remember the exact words.
Yeah,
but,
it was
you know.
incompetence,
Yeah. But there's a certain amount of that flies back and
What
forth.
are insults
Yeah.
among coworkers?
Insults at the council level are not necessarily unforgivable. But anyway, yeah.
I'm going to request a meeting with Tarsus again, or his terms. And,
You know where his HQ is.
Yeah.
His, yep.
And I can understand if he doesn't want to see me right away.
He's not going to withhold courtesy.
Well, I'll just say Tarsus. I know we
Consul.
had some words earlier, more in a state of panic, that is for sure. And as you can see, the dwarves have made their attack onto our nation and cities. And I know you advised earlier.
You want to assault Stead Hall?
What?
You want to assault Stead Hall?
What do you mean assault? What do you mean? Is he asked?
Attack. You want to attack the dwarves? Is that what you've come here to ask?
I have come here to ask if not to
You almost
attack.
said yes.
Think about it.
That's a great idea.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's way better than what I was here for.
for. Oh, you're such a tease, Tarsus.
No, I know you advised earlier about keeping my brigade farther away to deal with it, but as you can see, I think our current situation demands more boots on the ground, and I have made my own advance to bring troops over to help out with you.
Excellent.
All I just need is permission to dock them into port.
And let's, maybe try and have a more united front at council. A little professional courtesy between our respective organizations.
Yes, and I am sorry that I was a little hot-headed at the time.
All's forgiven. Your troops will land before sundown.
Thank you. And if you were to need help, the Bastard Brigade instead Hall, if you need to go ahead and clear out some dwarves that don't align with our values and maybe put new dwarves in that maybe align more with our values.
What in there?
So, well, since we're being all friendly, we don't want to attack the dwarves. They're like fortified to the hilt. We would lose many troops. But we can do our best to leave them out, at least publicly. Who knows where they come up in tunnels. This is a political situation. We still got riots and situations to deal with. My forces are spread really thin.
I will aid, as a sorry. Goodness.
Sorry. Whoopsie. That was a police force.
By the way, he calls out his office. That message that was asked you to send to Consul Al-Rahman, just bring it in here. So a clerk brings in a message that was addressed to you from Tarsus.
Oh.
And here's a chance to hand this to you personally. And you open it up.
I open it up.
Open read it. It says, so Tarsus says, just received news that, let me get my notes here. I believe that you are familiar with, and your character is, Count Enrique de la Torre. He has, and this is a noble in your land of Andalus. He has recently declared independence from the Empire and from Andalus.
Oh.
You could take your bastards and go deal with that, or I have a legion nearby. I can deal with that. But I didn't want to send in a legion to put down a rebellion in your dukedom without a courtesy notice.
Well, thank you for that. I do
See,
appreciate.
we're getting along better already.
We are getting along so much better. Thank you. Well, of course, they're here, and I will see to the city's problem first before I handle the mess in my own house.
I've got a legion. I can go take care of it. He would know the legion number. Peter forgets. I think it's a 6.
No, I'm just trying to think, though, because it's my own dukedom, and it's somebody who's trying to break away, basically take away from me.
Yeah. It'd be like it's one of your It is a quandary, and it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Because I think you would definitely feel like you want to take care of this yourself.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. So.
But then you're having to leave here and take your troops. It's going to take you probably
actually,
2 or 3 weeks
no, this is
to move there. Where
perfect.
if he's got a legion that's like 2 or 3 days versus you doing something 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, he has a legion
Also think
there.
Huh?
He already has a legion there that can take
The
care.
Emperor has legions all over Chaldea. So
no.
he's got a legion in Andalus.
Okay, so here's actually what I know Fatima's way of thinking is that this area, I need to take my troops and house my fort down because the capital has high up traders that are coming after my family, and so far this dukedom out of nowhere is challenging my name.
Yeah.
So I think I will go ahead and
You've always suspected that he was complicit somehow.
yeah, he's complicit with it. I have to.
You'd have to just the tiniest little nudge with Bonsai is all it takes.
But yeah, but the only thing is that I'm worried about. No, I mean, we have a deal, and the dwarves know that I'm already working on that, and it takes bureaucracy.
Okay.
Yeah, this seems like an in-house problem that I'm supposed to take care of myself, and I also need to regather who I have before coming back here with a new plan of attack. Because of course, so yeah, I'm. Fatima has to go with her troops to sure out her house, and then plan to retake this capital because obviously the conspiracy goes deeper. I thought it was just crime lords and stuff. No.
So maybe leave your troops on the boats?
So many decisions.
So many decisions. I'm sorry if I'm taking long. I have to
No, you're
think.
good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
What if they want you to leave
the
your
type of
troops
deal
on
that probably only I am interested in, but yes, the Legion, it's the 6th Legion, also called the Ironclad, led by Legatus Trenton, who's a Dorian. Mm-hmm. Legions are rarely commanded by the someone of the ethnic group of the region.
Yeah, no, this is an in-house. This is in-house problems, and so I will take care of it. So, no, they won't, Doc. I will actually go ahead and be like, thank you for letting me know this. That means, how can I comment on... So you're sure you do not want my troops to handle this first in the city and then go off?
I will give you this window. If you go now and deal with it, then I can have my Legion take its time in dealing with it. In other words, I'll give you the time to get there first.
Okay.
But I can't be seen to be ignoring this.
All right.
Okay?
I'll thank you.
So-
And yes, I will go ahead and thank you for giving me this time.
And good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, Fatima, she knows. Maybe Tarsus even me. Okay.
This word goes even deeper.
Even deeper.
The red strings, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
All up on that wall.
So what you could do is you could take your bastards who are here in Saratof and cram them into the ships that are already in the harbor. You'd have to pull rank on the ships, right? Because the ships would all be like, no, we've got other commissions. We're gonna get rid of, we're gonna unload your troops and load something else and on a shipment to Samaria or something like that. Mm-hmm. And you'd be like, no,
No, you won't.
yeah, and by the way, you're gonna take a whole bunch more troops.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right, and then so by the next day it takes a little while to get all your troops together and taking off. Okay, yeah. So by the next day, you're pulling out to sea. Coastal trip up the river to up the coast to Andalus.
Yep.
Back home. How long has it been? It's been years since you've been home, maybe.
10 years, maybe. Yeah.
There's some good scenes. This is a good lead too.
I know another council member is out of the city.
Where is everybody? Why is no one doing their job? How is everyone?
If you're the only
I'm
one
in
there,
charge now.
if you're the only one there, you can vote for whatever you want.
No, but I think I think a belief is going to be
Yeah, I had no idea which way you would go. I thought I'm
going to take the full failure, and this is just slowly. Fatima is going to go crazy in this contest. I love it.
Fabulous. Well, let me glance at my notes one more time. So there's something else. I think this seems like it might be a good place to. And is there somebody who's just dying to get in, crowbar into the evening before we break?
No, I'm good.
No,
No,
you good?
good.
Yeah.
I think I resolved my thing. So.
Yeah. All right. Good. Okay. Well, let's move into. Let's do our ARTA awards. And Oh, that's a written thing. Okay.
Great flip this time.
So going back and looking at beliefs, starting with you, Danica. I don't think you got a chance to interact with the Farina topic.
Yeah, no, I think that one's kind of fully on the back burner because of everything that's happening immediately.
So you did resolve convincing OK to support the initiative.
Yep.
So that's a persona, resolving a belief.
Nice work.
Kill that.
And then get Sabinium signed up. Oh, yeah. So
That would be a later thing.
Yeah.
It's
So,
the
but you get a fate for working on preventing the collapse of the empire.
Okay,
Nice.
excellent.
Yep.
So remind me of Fate's like with their success in the little corner over here? Or?
Right under
Fate.
Artha.
Oh, yeah, Fate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Got you.
Yep. Fate are the what you spend to explode sixes.
Yeah.
Personas give you extra dice. They have other things you can do with them. But
I have a
that's
lot of fate also, but I didn't roll any sixes
I'm
tonight.
sorry.
Not a single six.
It was.
You have to whisper to your dice. That's how you get the sixes.
Yeah, I've got 7
knows.
fate and like nothing.
I still get excited when I think about you killing that dragon in the OD&D game.
Oh yeah.
That was so
I got
awesome.
so many sixes on that one.
So I spent some stuff, but I got some stuff, so that's great.
Okay, let's see. For Fatima,
My number one belief has been changed.
yes.
So it's elaborate now. So it's not just I'm confident in my brother's murder. I will find his murderers, and it's not under criminal underbelly anymore. It's the council, the higher ups, even the dwarves may be involved because they're trying to eliminate my family. All right, and now this dukedom, this sudden uprise.
Okay, so that's a fate. You worked on this. You didn't resolve anything, but you worked on it for
Yeah.
sure. And challenging your right, and you're protecting your realm. You've got a fate there.
on the rounds
Yeah,
to doing
that's a
it.
fate. So obviously, next session you could come up with a good, more crystal clear goal would be to put down this uprising. Obviously.
Oh yeah, put down this.
Yeah. But that'll be next session.
Yeah, next
Something
session.
for you to remember. And then the third faith, making outcast doors a recognized, say, entity.
Yes.
Not clan.
Recognized entity. Because we're all
that
bastards.
hasn't happened yet, but you did work on it, so you get a fate for that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I don't think that
so you had a belief from before about bringing the bastards home from Ardea.
yeah.
They came home, so I'm going to give it a persona now for resolving that belief from the prior
but
session.
we didn't touch ground, but now we're going home.
I know, like,
Well,
bye.
they arrived. You hear, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you get the person who was headed. I said it is Rabda
Yeah,
before,
Rabda,
but that's Rabda's. Her name is Mira.
Mira.
Yeah, and Rabda's her family name. So you get like the full lowdown.
Oh, why she didn't want to leave.
It's like that. Yeah. Well, she basically deserted from you.
I wonder if she took a book with
What?
her.
Maybe she's involved.
She took the book. It's her.
And so some of your troops were missing who went with her. So you learned that she
Your most literate of
is
troops.
that her as a bastard, her family that she's a bastard of, right, is royalty in Shifta. So you assigned her there because she was Ardaean, which Shifta is Ardaean ethnically, and So she has plans to murder people in her family and take control of the family. And
If she would have just discussed with me, we would have had an easier time with this. But she was going to be all
probably did hint at it at one point, and you probably were saying, no, you probably shouldn't murder your family or something. I mean, I think probably this. No, you don't like that? Okay, she didn't talk to you about it. Fine.
No. It's not that she did talk. She probably me. No, did I listen? It's not that I don't. If
Did I even realize that was what she was meaning?
no, actually, you know what, Fatima, she loves her brother because her brother was kinder. But if family's not chosen family, okay, we can eliminate who you get to choose your family via murder or just being nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Yeah.
Be a murder or being
unfortunately,
nice.
we're never able to bond with her over this philosophy, and I think she assumed that you would never approve, and she had to take matters into her own hands. So she split off and has established her own power base in Shifta.
That was important. Eventually on this boat ride, I would have penned a letter, be like, you know what, we would have seen faces if you just gave me some time.
Also, you're going to document in writing your approval of her rebellious activities and send that into our day and territory?
I will go ahead and say the discussion.
curious.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll try to do it covertly as I can. Be like, you know
Okay.
what? If you just asked, if you were honest with permission about what you wanted to do, I would have helped you.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a sad disappointment. Like, I could have helped.
Yeah, you just sad to miss out on the action. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's move on. Nothing with Sybil.
I genuinely don't think I got anything tonight.
That's true. I don't
But
think
you
you did.
opened up avenues for the rest of us to do
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
I mean, you could have had a belief to blow up Laufras Palace. You would have. You had the
Could have. I
perfect.
should have changed it in the moment.
You should have
Yeah.
changed it at the beginning of the
Yeah.
session. That was. You can change beliefs.
Can I change it now? After the fact?
I'll give you a fate.
I have so many of those.
I know. That's why it's
I
funny.
spent all of my persona though.
I know. I think I
Did not do
can't.
well
I
tonight.
can't retroactively. No, you did great. You blew up Laufras Palace.
I did.
And,
I did.
did.
We melted a palace.
and
that
killed
was dope.
Laufras.
You were the coolest by far.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Big cannon.
Now he sounds like
No
a
body.
conspiracy
His body
theorist.
is gigantic. With no corpse, no
You
proof.
killed Laufras. You destroyed the palace. Destroyed all the treasure he looted.
That's true.
If he did loot it, I mean, of course he did.
Wrapped up so many loose ends.
All
So
right,
many
let's go in here. Okay, so did anybody use an instinct or trait to create a complication or alter the course of the story?
I had to kill people because I wouldn't leave.
Oh, that was because of a trait?
That I have determined and confident as the traits.
Yeah, you're right. You have a murder on. You have a personal murder on
Yeah.
your. Okay, that's a fate.
Haha.
You get
Wait,
rewarded
the
for
big
that.
fate.
bomb didn't make you feel like you did a personal murder on your
No, that was shooting a dragon.
Impersonal.
That was more. That was more.
Yeah,
If
that
you
was
kill
more.
enough people, it's okay.
If you
Yeah.
drone strike
Yeah, yeah.
people, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
but,
fine.
Well, actually, they did a study on that. People who do drones actually have more PTSD
They
than
see it on
people-
camera.
Well, it's
All
not
right.
that. Yeah, there's actually a study, guys. No, just-
Let's moments of gratitude. Hold on just a second.
Ooh. Moments of gratitude.
I'm just like, both of you guys are like the most committed to the bit that I've seen on like everything. I was like, they're so strong.
We punch. In this political gingery, we punch. And blow up things.
I didn't even think he was a punchy guy. I didn't think he was a punchy guy. And then he's like pulling out like, and there's my giant gun. And I was like, you're what? It took me a solid minute to figure out what was happening.
All right. Yeah. So you guys all get to give another player a persona and tell us why.
I'm gonna go with One for you, because like the conspiracy theory bit never stopped going, like just kept going. Like no matter what it was that was happening, it was all part of the conspiracy, and then like you like were very committed to it, and then also staying on task for like what your character believed in, even when it was like, well, this is going to be annoying for me, but I'm going to do it anyway, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
It was great.
All right. So I know this is going to be an easy point to make, but it made me feel so much joy for it to see giant cannon blow up buildings.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry.
that was
It's very
pretty great.
simple.
I want to
Like,
give you
That was
that.
pretty great. Yeah.
I like that. That was a joyful moment in
Yeah,
gaming for
thank
me.
you.
I don't know if
Yeah.
everybody saw it in the camera, but I was like,
All of us were like,
It's really good.
cannon,
Yeah, it was a
cannon.
lot of fun. Ray, I'm going to give it to you because I think that like the two of us are particularly skilled in tearing
We smash.
foes to pieces, and yet you are the scariest one at the table. So I'm going to give it to you for that.
I was doing this legit me, but I sometimes know when I need to go under the table.
Yeah, it's very good. It's
Yeah.
very good stuff.
my 8 intimidation.
Yeah.
The tiniest woman.
Yeah, the skill that I have that's at an 8 is the one that lets me speak to a mountain, and your intimidation is that high.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wow.
it's great.
Intimidate the mountain. That's
Yeah,
fine.
intimidate the mountain into nothing. It's very good.
I have to give. I also get to give one, so I have to give it to Ray for seeing a path, seeing a solution to an RPG session that I threw at you, where I couldn't see what the solution was,
I don't know the solution is here.
and that was I always.
Have some money.
I always really
Yeah.
respect it. But seriously,
Persona for that.
you
Oh, yeah.
all
Yeah.
three did incredibly well tonight, and
Thank you for running, Peter.
Yeah.
I
it's fun.
really appreciate it, and for seeing that solution. For your, I also really liked your reconciliation with Tarsus. I thought that was interesting,
That's
and
good.
I was
and,
surprised he would let me say sorry.
blowing up Lavrov. You know, and I mean, I knew that was going to happen. It was fun, but it was so much fun that you guys all had so much fun doing it. I mean,
Yes.
as a DM, that's the ultimate reward players can give to the DM
I
is
mean,
to
you
have
can't not fire a giant bombard that has to be cranked up out of the ground. Like, it's just, you have to. You have to. It
You
doesn't
have
matter
to.
what your character is into. You have to.
I just appreciate that
player.
you took it. You're like, the GM has put Chekhov's gun on the wall, and I am gonna fire it.
Fire
You
it.
were all
Goes
about it.
hand.
All right. Well, let's see. I have a little outro thing. Here it is. All right. We did the Steel Awards, and all right. That is it for this evening's game of Burning Wheel. Thank you, Ray, Bonsai, and Damon, for being so much fun to hang out with and being entertaining and clever. It was great. I will now be DMing Burning Saratof when we come back to the next event after. Well, there's a thing that we are going to do in late July, the trait vote situation. So we are going to, okay, so I guess I'm not done DMing this just yet because that I will DM it. So we will have, I believe, on the
I think it's the 17th.
17th.
Yeah.
On July 17th will be the next Burning Saratov event, and we will have a full boat of cast. We will have all the players, who can make it, and I think that's everybody here. So it's going to be a full table. And instead of having a normal play session, we're going to do what in Burning Wheel is called a trait vote.
Oh.
It's a special thing that you're supposed to do once every 5 or 6 sessions, whatever. So this will have been 4 sessions for each of you individually, but like 12 sessions total, so something like that, splitting the difference. Anyway, it seems like a good time to do a trait vote. And we're going to do a couple of like big event sort of things. Like, this big event happens. Ooh. Yeah, one of them is going to be a lot of fun. And so that's coming up on the 24th. And when we come back from Gen Con, then whenever the next event is after that, Damon is going to be the Dungeon Master for this game.
That was neat.
Yay! And I'll be here in the wing, whispering over his shoulder.
Because he has all the lore in his head.
I
Soon
have
it will
some
be
of it.
you that were harassing and trying to blow up parts of the city,
Yeah.
and you'll have to deal with it.
Yeah, but that'll be okay.
So I'm very looking forward to it. It's I've found that it's a little DMing is not as easy as it used to be when I was younger, and doing it publicly on stream has also become a little bit anxiety provoking. So I appreciate this campaign is important to me, and I appreciate you being willing to take the forefront on this.
Absolutely. Thank you for trusting me with it.
Absolutely, you'll crush it like you said you would.
I'm gonna do good.
All right, good night.